Welcome, faraway friends, to another episode of Darkeport, Curse of Strahd edition. We here in Barovia salute you. We who are about to go through the mist and have been there for a bit salute you.
We who have entered the mist.
There you go.
I like that.
There you go. All right, I'm writing that down real quick. So,
Catchphrase.
shout out to, as always, our sister stream, Constructed Chaos, Alex, Morgan, and the rest of the Chaos crew doing their thing. Caitlin has reminded me before not to say timely things, but I'm just going to say that it popped into my head. It popped into my head. Well, probably by about the time I actually am finally able to do this. It'll be about that time that this airs. But it popped into my head. Alex is incredible at making his own minis, among many other things. And there's a custom mini I've been wanting for a while that I cannot find. So I will see if I can find that.
Update for you in the comments if we've found it yet.
Ooh, there you go. No, yeah, just so. Other than that, we have our seduction candle, as always. I love this scent. Even though it sounds silly, I do actually often think about that word and remember that it should flavor the entire campaign.
Indeed.
So,
If you're not seduced, we're doing it wrong.
we're doing it wrong.
We're failing.
Hint, hint. Seduction is coming in the campaign. Okay. You gave it away.
How do you know it's not already
There
here?
have been little hints.
Oh my god.
There have been little hints there and there, but no, there's a lot more to come. And that, let's go ahead and light it. We have a journal entry awaiting us on the other side.
Speaking of seduction.
Oh, don't forget that we have a Patreon that you can check out.
Yes, if you would like to.
You sign up.
And see episodes of Curse of Strahd early.
Unedited. Wait, are they unedited or no?
And the candle.
You don't go live, right? Or no?
They're usually. Do you want to? Actually, that's a good. Actually, that's a good
Tell us
question. Do you
about
wanna-
Curse of Strahd on Patreon.
Yeah.
Justin.
Like how that works.
So we record these in advance, and when you pay for the $10 membership tier, you get early access to this show as we record it. So if you're hankering for some Curse of Strahd even before the general public sees it, please check us out on Patreon and check out the show.
Sometimes quite a bit in advance, depending on what our schedule is for the other table. So yeah, we're there.
Okay.
Good question. All right, you ready?
Okay.
Journal us.
Speaking of seduction.
Oh.
Do tell.
So I can feel the last remnants of that dreadful curse finally lifting from my bones. It's a relief beyond words to myself and no longer feeling the shadow of being haggified. I think about it, I'm like, ugh. But now I find myself watching Rictavio with a wary sort of curiosity. He's clearly trying to charm me, and I can sense his attempts to draw me in, and part of me is impressed, but maybe even a little flattered. But I'm keeping my guard up. It's strange. I trust him more now that he's helped lifted this curse so easily, and yet that very ease also makes me wonder what else he's capable of. For now, I'll walk this fine line between curiosity and caution. I mean, we do have some bones to find after all. That's it. Short and sweet this
Short and
week.
sweet.
But
No, that speaks to the emotional state.
Kind of sounds like she's into it.
she might be. I don't know.
Nah, she's totally playing coy.
So y'all get back to the Blue Water Inn from your first session over at, well, technically second, but first session on the current project at the smithy. And you were trying to reclaim the thieves' tools. Yeah,
just
that you had found. Yeah. Okay, great. And you see, true to his word, a Mr. Ernst Larnack has indeed sent for footmen. You see 2 servants, and yeah, you did see that at the bar. So, and perhaps familiar livery, depending on how much attention your characters were paying. I know, Gira, you were in that scene, so you see the black dragon rampant with the spines coming around its crest and looking very bony in a sense, like with the bony spur coming off the elbow and that sort of thing.
Was this the same sigil that was on the two brothers?
Yep, the very
in
one.
the tavern?
And they silently give the party a half bow, and they kind of know their place, and they're waiting by the front door. Seem content to wait for as long as, y'all take.
I think these are the ones they sent to walk us over to dinner. Are we ready to go, or does anyone need to go inside?
Because we had just left the church, right?
Church, and then
the house.
Church,
and then we
rat
did a
house, smithy.
our church, rat house, and then we did a quick one at the smithy that we didn't really play through because I wanted to get that in before the next episode. Yeah, I just wanted to establish that we had done that, and that went without incident. It was for the rest of the group who, not Gira and Durgan, it was y'all's first time at the smithy. So maybe you met the smith's daughter, Elena, who the curious one, and when you rolled up there with the rest of your group, like the two kids, Elena and her older brother were kind of wide-eyed. Oh wow, there are more of them, coming here. But aside from that, there was no incident, and then you made it back.
I took a long rest during that.
You just took a long rest.
Really, an 8-hour session at the smithy.
You could, at the smithy. You could have taken, if anybody needed to and would benefit from it, you could have taken a short rest at the smithy. Anybody not named Durgan could have done that, but I don't think that's going to do y'all too much good at this point.
I don't even know if anyone really needed it.
I think that all my shapes. Oh no, I guess I'll take a short rest because I just did a shape.
Yeah.
Right? So I guess I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay, so you feel your Gaian energies recharge while you're just kind of lounging about, waiting.
I'm thinking about that dude and being a rat, and this card, by the way. I'm twiddling it in my hand while they're asking us.
Okay. Very good.
Shall we go on to dinner? I mean, honestly, I'm pretty hungry, so that part sounds good.
Yeah, I think I'm ready. Yeah. Anybody else?
Just to summarize everything up, while we were busy looking into this putrid house full of rats, our stalker came up to you and talked to you, invited us to dinner, and now we're going into their house. Yeah, that seems about right.
Do you have a better idea?
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
Only way to know what's going on is to walk in and find out.
I'm always hungry.
Yeah,
We know.
I believe that is 6 against 1.
You know how much work it takes to keep this pride pouch?
We need information. That's all we're getting at this point. We're just spinning our wheels, so.
I think we need to make sure we have a plan to leave town at the drop of a hat, as they say.
Where are we going?
I thought we just made the church safe for us to be able to go there if something happened.
Well,
We do have a set of bones to find, and we have to worry about whatever happened back out at that manor house with the mayor. I think it's just a matter of time before they come looking for us, and everything else has been a farce. And I know I'm not speaking any great wisdom here to anybody, but it's awfully... I just don't feel comfortable getting inside these people's walls. Last time we were in a house that we were invited in by nobles, wasn't such a pleasant experience.
Listen, I didn't promise we would come. I told them I'd have to talk to my group, so if you don't want to go, and everyone agrees that's the best course of action, we can still back out.
Well, of course I don't want to go, but I'm not going to leave all of you here.
I don't
Lose
want to
face.
do any of this, but...
We'll also lose face. They're already here waiting for us. We should just go say hi and then never go back again.
Do you fear we will?
You're surprisingly agreeable.
I'm hungry. Hello.
They probably have something
Much better
more
food.
decent than what we're going to get in the tavern.
Are you afraid that they would be able to be stronger than us if we're all together rather than separated?
It is the same sigil as the two brothers in the tavern. But at least the older seem to have enough of a head on their shoulders to not cause trouble.
I believe this is just a facts-finding mission. They just want to know who we are. There's a lot of us. We're all chosen. And we all just roll on up into Vallaki.
It is a
course.
risk for them if they meant any harm to invite all of us.
Durgan, you think that this could actually be trouble, though? I mean, like the Durst House in Barovia Village?
I think nothing in this place comes for free.
You know,
That's the same for everywhere, though.
That's true.
I've made my objection, or at least my concern known. And I don't think I'm alone in it. Just wanted to be said.
As far as I'm concerned, you're the voice of the Morning Lord. So, if you really think that we shouldn't do this, then we probably shouldn't.
I think it would be wise to go. But wise to keep our guard up. And not get too full.
Well, we're standing on the doorstep. It sounds like we've already made that decision. But
We're at the inn.
Yeah.
You're at
We're
the
not
end.
there. You're at the end.
They're waiting for us.
Yeah.
And we're doing this
We're set
not
to
within
walk us
earshot of the
over.
footman.
Sure.
Hunger aside, darling. This is a major player in the city. We need to know the major players of the city, regardless of how long we're going to be here.
I'm not saying it's not good to know your enemy, or at least know the lay of the land. I'm just saying we're on their territory.
Mm-hmm.
What do the more politically astute among us think?
I think that rejecting their hospitality is not the great first message to send.
I agree.
Much as I hate to say it, I agree with Theron.
I also believe we need information. It's the only way we're going to continue to get out of here.
I understand. I'm just saying don't get complacent.
I think we'll all have our guard up as
All right.
much as possible. Listen, if I'm willing to go, that should mean something. My smiling is exhausting. My face hurts. I am over this.
Yeah, I'm over the whole convo. I'm just going to start walking out to the front door.
All I'm saying is put the pieces together, right? We've had the experience out at where the mayor's house is, and there's obviously something nefarious and downright, I might even say evil, what you saw. The bones from the church are missing. It feels like a noose is starting to tighten around this town, and I don't really want to be on the inside of it when it does truly tighten.
A fair point.
I don't think any of us do. We will be on guard and as heightened as possible going into this.
All right, we'll go. We'll drink their damn wine and have a conversation.
That's what I'm talking about, the wine.
So I'm already out there.
Yeah,
What is there a carriage?
Oh, you know, there'll be no brews.
All they have available is
Not even a Bud Light.
the light shed
Nary a Heineken.
lanterns, actually torches. The two footmen, they've lit the torches. Looks like they have a spare.
They're footmen.
Footmen, they're two, yeah.
Okay, so there's no carriage or anything. Oh, well, immediately I'm disappointed. But
I miss High Terrans.
I look at them
You have to
and
walk
I
down
pull
quick.
I pull my hood
even
up
that far.
because obviously we're not going to be as guarded as I thought we were going to be on this walkover. So I'm going to put my hood up and then just come and stand, give them like a bow.
Okay. They make sure to bow lower to you because they don't know who you are, and they're not going to cause offense to someone that their lady has bid them come and fetch. Cool. And then a few moments later, the rest of the party filters out. Sasha reaches for your hand and takes your hand and is just kind of like for a little bit of comfort and is looking up at them.
Instantly I soften because I want to make him feel comforted, so I give him that little bit and then I go back to being on guard. I hold his hand though.
Okay. And he was going to get somebody's hand. It was either you or Ismark, and Ismark right now decides, having made the decision to go, he puts himself as is appropriate at the front of the group. And he's still, fully dressed, plate mail, bow swords, shield, the whole thing is not. He is not, which might be slightly rude, but maybe not in a place like this. And then at some unvoiced signal between the natives, he glances at the footman, as Mark does, and then they start conducting you over there. And the walk is not that far. Let me get this. Yeah, so you are coming from there. So you head a little bit back east toward the gate that you originally came in. You hit like the major intersection of the city. Just like a block away. And then it's honestly only about, how far is that? Yeah, that's close. That's like about a football field and a half away.
Oh, that's pretty close.
Yeah, it's close.
While we're walking, Farron is gonna send a message to Durgan. And the party all will be able to tell what she's doing.
Right.
So they'll know that she's at least doing that, but it's more for the footmen not to be involved than the rest of the group. But she's just going to say, are you concerned enough that you think we need a sign that it's time to run?
I think we should have that in our bag of tricks anyway.
Well, what would you like it to be?
For now, run will work just fine.
You're no fun.
Can I scan the woods? Or there's like woods around us, right?
There's the omnipresent mist, and there actually, even though you're in the middle of the most developed of the civilization centers in the valley, Kenzie, there is still foliage. There's still trees. It's more Austin than LA, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and make a perception roll, since you are
That is a good question.
actively on guard.
14 plus whatever. Perception is 6, so 20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20, okay.
Nice.
You're looking around, and there do seem to be a number of cats that are following you.
My people. Go on.
She's known in town as the crazy cat lady.
And then you get... no, they are living cats.
Okay, yeah. It's a good question.
Skin and bones on
Considering
them.
what you saw up in the old boy's attic, that is a 100% fair
I feel like
question.
as a player, that's a legitimate question.
Yeah, no,
Very. Sadly, that needs to be answered.
These 10th lifers cats.
on a 20,
No, they're looking like
you notice that they're moving in a somewhat uncat-like way, in the sense that they're almost passing the baton to each other. So one of them will come, kind of nudge, and then another one will follow for a while, and then nudge. And they're only actually, it's a short enough walk that there are only 3 of them in that, but you see the relay twice because you pick them up almost at the beginning.
Weird.
Oh, okay.
And then you begin to come to the venerable Wachter house. As it comes...
So not the Baroness's house? Or the Baron's house?
No.
No, we're going to meet this
This is the rival
noble lady.
family.
A rival noble, perhaps.
This was the Baroness at the same place.
No, this is unknown territory, unknown peoples.
So...
You're like, never mind, I'm with Durgan, let's go back.
No, I think her
This
answer,
changes
that's what I
everything.
was like, no, her answer earlier would still be kind of the same. Like, we don't know what's going on until we go there.
Yes,
So as
there are more nobles to
for...
trigger to activate.
As for Wachter House, the very front of it is somewhat cleared up. I'll pass the map around for a second, but for our faraway friends, I want to do the best job I can of describing it. It's somewhat more compact than the Baron's. Somewhat, I don't want to call it sprawling, but he definitely had the most expansive. Like, he had the really high ceiling that almost would have been suitable for like a High Terran parlor. It was by far the most stunning thing you've seen architecturally yet in Barovia. Where even like the church is fairly cramped, and even like the big church here, everything's has a very strong purpose. There's no wasted space at all in it. This is more akin to that, where it's a more compact house. It somehow feels more solid, though, and no role necessary. It's almost certainly an older structure than the Baron's by a good bit. To your eyes, you're a little surprised because human structures normally just with no magic, assuming this is no magic, and maybe there is some threaded in there, but you're looking at something that's probably around 400 or 500 years old.
Dang.
That's been replaced, where various parts of it have been replaced and reshored, but the bones have remained essentially unchanged for that whole run. It is a 2-story structure, and let's see, you're coming, so you probably couldn't see that part. You do see that there's a fairly extensive garden off to your left, and it's evening time, so there wouldn't be anybody out there right now, but there's maybe a torch burning out there, kind of struggling, guttering against the mist.
Garden as in like flowers, or garden as in like food is growing?
No, a more practical garden.
Okay.
So you see tomatoes, what looks like.
I see tomato.
I was going to say potatoes, but now I'm going to say potato.
And I see a potato.
Oh yeah, in my head I'm already changing this to the realtor tour.
The realtor tour.
This lovely
Charming garden.
two-story home,
Closest-
solidly built.
Closest to you, it looks.
Homestead and live off the grid, growing your own food.
Closest to you, it looks like there's a
Classic stuff.
there's a thriving patch of cabbages. So there's a verdancy to the garden that seems almost out of sorts with what you've seen so far in Barovia.
Neat, even rows. Looks all good. Like well maintained.
Well maintained, but a little chaotic. Where like some of the growth is spilling over into the row over, and so on. There are 2 torches and sconces that are at the front door, and I'm gonna describe this, and to not be repetitive, throughout all of Wachter House is this running theme of it's like Barovian to its core, so it's tight. Like you'll see where the stairway is located versus the front door, and even the front door, there are several steps, and then there is a tight vestibule, like a stone vestibule, right here, where the front door, which is bound in iron, like thick wood bound in iron.
It looks and feels a bit more military.
Way more, yeah,
and
like
very fortified.
Immediately. So you couldn't get more than maybe 2 people in that door at a time.
With a fortified entry.
Fortified entry. You couldn't get more than 2 people at a time.
You can keep the direwolves out all by yourself.
And trying to get like a ram would be hell at that angle, because you'd have to be ramming up the stairway. So it's going to bleed off your strength, and you may just not be able to generate enough to crack it, period.
You're just going to notice me like, impressive.
And then finally,
It's an excellent house.
This house.
there are not nearly as many windows as with the Baron.
I had the house.
So there's probably...
You are right. Makes excellent threat.
During the day, it's a lot more dreary, but you have these shutters. You have these thick storm shutters, and you catch a glimpse behind them of some sort of elaborate metalwork behind the storm shutters. There's quite a bit going on.
Okay. Like bars?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
They don't appear to be straight
Barred
up and
windows.
down.
no.
This is fine.
No, but there's
Everything's fine.
no. It actually looks pretty intricate. Whatever.
So
is
it's
there.
more like a wrought iron gate
Yeah.
type of like. There's some kind of artistic design.
I'll just tell you guys, when you see it from the inside, you're going to see their sigil repeated. So they've actually had the black dragon
fancy.
rampant, spiny, made in metal to protect their windows.
Yeah.
You get up to the door, the footman beats on it. There's a slit, and of course that's barred. It's barred as well. And
Damn compound.
We don't have bards on our team. I'm sorry. ADHD. Okay, go on.
Wow, we are chaotic today.
Yeah, the coffee.
it's all good. It's all good.
The extra
Angel's
coffee.
like, keep it on the rails. Keep it on the rails.
We have a new player with us, and
We didn't even mention.
Well, no, because we
Just say no to caffeine,
because
kids.
we ran right into our pregame. So, Randy, we'll give you
just
the
doing
full
the meta.
Well, yeah,
It's just the meta. It's just,
we'll give you the
Just slice
full we'll give you the full greeting on the backside of intermission. You hear several locks being turned,
Wow.
and then a bolt, and then a solid bar.
Send one more message to Durgan. See,
I'm gonna-
nothing to be worried about.
And
Durgan is going to stay quiet, but he's going to probably watch people.
They were
his
not locked up
direction
behind
and
us.
like,
It's gonna
I
be
think
like,
Gira and Durgan are going to exchange some looks of like, maybe you had
I
a
actually
point.
have a question.
Ismark walks in like he owns the place, head up, shoulders back, trying to exactly imitate his late father.
We've been to the Baron's house, yeah?
Yeah.
yeah.
And we've been here, and this is about 400 to 500 years old,
Yeah.
give or take. Can I get an approximate age of how long it's been since the Baron has had his house?
Sure. Make a history check.
That's not bad. 13.
Not this. Not this old. Probably less than half. On the 13, you're not sure. Much more than that, but it's probably less than half. Okay. So as you come in,
I want to see how they lock it. If they lock it behind us, I want to like watch how they do it, just in case there's like a special order or
same.
something. Yeah.
That's fair. You may not, because of how this is laid out, I don't even think everybody will fit before you're going to lose sight. Unless, are you deliberately going to linger at the back of the group so that you can see it?
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and say that on the way over there, I kind of whispered something to Ismark that I'm going to go in the back and just keep an eye on everybody. And so
was
I'm
kinda
probably
picturing
the
that.
last one
Yeah.
to go in.
I'm actually going to push up front, which is not her usual move, but since I had originally
Everyone's like,
met
last.
with
You're the fate,
them
yeah.
and I can sense now that the group is getting twitchy, I'm like, all right, let me put on the brave face and be polite and let everyone else.
The twitchy
Freaking out a little
PC
bit?
group.
Normally I'd be at the front too, but since
Yeah.
I'm holding Sasha's
Sasha.
hand,
Yeah.
I think lingering towards the back makes a lot of sense.
Since Ismark went in, we could say he and I are the first
The first two
to
people.
push in
Yeah,
through.
that-
I'll
Can
be
you see with us?
Yeah.
All right.
Because I want to see.
I feel like that makes a lot
Yeah,
of
it
sense.
So-
does. It does.
I'll finally
in the middle.
read you. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give you one more detail, and then I'll read you the official text because we're trying to do this as close to the book as possible. So they open the one like this tight, and the door is an odd door, so it's built like it could be a full. I'll say it this way. It looked like the idea might have been a full double doors, but imagine if you compressed these iron-bound double doors into one door. So like it does still have a slit down the middle, and it does open. It does open like
It's only
that,
the size
It's
of
not
one
that
but it's
way.
only the size of one door exactly.
Weird. Okay.
Interesting.
And as they open the next door, which is only 5 feet in front of past the front door, that opens, and now you're at the foot of the stairs.
What?
This is tight.
Wow.
This is tight.
So you could definitely you could hold off a small army if you had that stairway properly defended.
This is a freaking compound.
What this house does not have in square footage, it has an additional features.
And then you're
Sorry.
and then as you step into this this these tight quarters at the base of the stairs, you have a door to your left, a door to your right, and then the stairs. And like a taller character could put, like Yuri, you could put your arms out and you could literally be touching this door here and this door here.
It's tight.
Yeah.
Your arm span is big.
No, I mean you're like.
No, I'm saying you.
Is there anything
know
above
about
us,
the
like
wingspan.
another trap to fall down onto us in case someone does push through?
Yeah, I look up.
Oh, smart.
You
Chandelier.
you see a wrought iron chandelier
Ooh, that'll hit.
up there.
Drop it right on you.
Does it?
Hanging with a chain
Yeah.
that's like linked to somewhere else or just straight off
The
ceiling? Does it
chain
look like it could come down easily?
Yeah.
disappears into the stonework.
Like it's anchored there or there's a hole?
No, there's a hole.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Into one of the rooms on the other side. It
She's
makes
just gonna look up and be like,
I don't know what
and
you
that's
guys are
probably
worried
oil
about.
up there too. That's incredible. It'll fall, hit them, shatter, then ignite. That's incredible.
Well, Kathy would notice the oil.
she's making mental notes for sure.
No, this place is
Brilliant.
is well designed. The door to y'all's left opens up. There's yet one last kind of tight, 5-foot box. But then once you get past that, then finally it opens out into the space and some of the old weathered beauty of this place. Okay.
For murder rolls.
This house seems... this description is so funny to me. This house seems disgusted with itself.
Put that on the Zillow ad.
I feel... Yeah,
From now on, refer to it as the Loathing House.
The loathing.
I feel,
That's
as
the
I'm thinking about this house, I feel a touch of old pride, but canonically, this house seems disgusted with itself. A slouching roof hangs heavy over furrowed gables, and moss-covered walls sag and bulge under the weight of the vegetation. As you study the house's sullen countenance, you hear the edifice actually groan. Only then do you realize the extent to which the house hates what it has become.
Oh, Jesus.
Jeez. Okay.
Loathing house.
And
You're not that bad.
so apparently it's a groany house.
It is actually
Loony house.
filthy.
Fear and loathing.
Where Kathy's probably disgusted.
That's interesting
grumpy.
too.
And even though this is a bit at odds, I thought about changing this, but I'm going to keep it. So the doors, as you went in, like for the narrow vestibule, hold on. lead from it. All three of them. Okay. As you stepped in, and it looked like there was maybe a cloakroom off to the left, and then another small little room off to the right, like really like closets. All of those doors have just a narrow strip, like a narrow little miniature spread of the same stained glass that you saw in the church. Less elaborate,
But similar style.
but similar style, where it has the leaded panes, where it's in panes, is traced by lead, lined by lead. Okay, so you're coming in and you see, as you come in, this room, let's see, and even this room is only, once you pass the vestibule, is only 25 feet out. So a good sized room, but like definitely not grand like the Barrens, where you had these, these huge dimensions. 25 feet out, about 10 feet to your left, and this is like a great dining table there. And then to your right is it looks like a somewhat more feminine space, more like a salon rolled up into there. Their sofas there with just a hint of lace, slightly lighter colors, slightly more delicate curvature to the frames and so on. And then there are an assortment of what looks like teas that are laid out in the salon. So maybe she was either doing something or has some ideas afterwards. But at any rate, the table's already set, and there are somebody's gonna have to wind up standing up. Yeah.
I'll stand up. Okay.
Sasha can sit on your lap.
You sit.
Yeah.
Sasha.
If anyone's standing, Gara's immediately just like,
Yeah, true.
she's used to that from High Terra.
And you were already at the back of the group. So,
I was already at the back.
Yeah, that's easy.
That is acceptable.
Durgan may actually stand just because the awkwardness is sitting on their foot.
Touche.
That's at the dining table, though.
Well, the dining
Am I a peasant? An orc?
So you have, I don't know. I kind of want to. I honestly, once we all decide and set up, I may even,
Like that.
set up the figures just like they're at a table, because it's kind of interesting to see where everybody's
Who's next to who?
where everybody's sitting.
Right.
But-
Seating arrangements.
Framed. It says a lot. Framed with her back to what would be the garden, and one of the few windows. There's she looks taller than she actually is because of her build and the way she carries herself, but an older woman with hair that would have been quite dark back in the day, that's now streaked with gray, heavily lined face, a conservative but still kind of dynamic cut to her dress, which is like a deep maroon dress that she's wearing, and then she has a pendant that's some sort of black jewel, maybe obsidian, that she's wearing, that's been carved into almost a talisman of their sigil, and it's the only jewelry that she wants or needs. So she has it there. She has a hint of makeup, but just enough to bring out her cheekbones and enhance the color of her dark eyes a bit.
She's not like sunken in, right?
She's in this weird space, Kenzie, where you can definitely see the age on her, but there's still a vitality inside of her that would be at odds with. So it's actually hard to say exactly how old she is because of that. To her right is, and I'm gonna say actually they were both standing when you came in. That makes more sense with these characters. So he's there. He's a large, kind of strapping, probably at the very end of what you could possibly call a lad. And as soon as, so he's just kind of nodding. I'll describe his hair in a second, but he's kind of nodding, almost placidly, like yes, that's fine. He sees Ismark and is probably more or less what he expected to see. He doesn't have any reaction that you can read on his face to him being in full battle gear. Like, yep. And then you walk and it kind of gives you this placid nod. And then once Artexia and Sasha walk in at the end, make an insight check. And then her. And then Make
and
one for
then I'm
Ismark.
walking in.
Make one for Ismark too.
It's an 11 for me.
Shit, I think that still beats him.
That's a 13 on the die.
Okay, so Ismark knows this too then. He sees Sasha, and his face goes, "Ah," and then it gets pulled back in pretty quickly.
The guy who's from here, his face does that when he sees Sasha?
This is
Yeah.
the younger guy?
Ooh, I don't like that.
Large, strapping, almost not
Yeah.
quite lad.
Is there just one man in
There's just
the
one
room?
brother. Yeah, it's just one of the brothers.
There's no dolls in here that look like Sasha right now?
No.
Okay.
Yet.
Does
Wait-
this look like the younger
Wait until
one?
you go into the salon. Okay. What's that? No, this is the older one.
This is the older one.
Yeah, this is the older one. The younger one is nowhere to be found right now.
That's fine.
And
No problems with that.
Cheeky bastard.
so the resemblance and kind of the sharp features and the strong jaw is very clear between them. What isn't clear, his hair at first glance, it would look like a light blonde, but as the light plays over it, it is just the barest bit, like there is a tinge of gray-green to it. And
Okay.
His skin, you said?
His hair.
Oh,
The hair.
okay. I was like,
yeah,
Streaks of it.
yeah, and in the
To his hair,
to his hair,
not
yeah.
his skin.
No, skin is kind of the pale Barovian, a little darker than his mother, but kind of the pale Barovian that you've gotten used to. And in the end, it wasn't really something that you could, there's a lot of chaos going on in there. It's dim enough in there that you wouldn't have seen a small detail like that. But now that he's backlit by the torch and everything, it's clearer now.
You're supposed to rinse out the chlorine.
I know, but
No, honestly, kind of like his hair got chlorinated. Yeah, that's not a bad. That's not a
what
bad.
I was thinking.
Anything to indicate
don't know
if you
anything
mixed
around
heritage? Chance?
Give me a perception roll.
Yeah, it's the tusks that give it away.
No, sure didn't.
Nope.
Sure didn't.
He looks just
Or he's bleaching it with the wrong stuff.
a plain.
Hair bleach has been around for a very long time.
A plain reading of it, Randy, looks like he looks human to you.
Good enough
He'd
for
be,
me.
yeah, I guess.
I got a nat one. It was good enough for me.
No, I'm just.
What?
I'm trying to
I was just messing.
I'm trying to decide in fifth. I think in fifth edition, half elves are still 100% human sized. I need to look that up. Because I was going to say he'd be on the big end.
Yeah.
For that, but I think they're just human sized. All right. And
Human size.
the mistress of Wachter House takes her sweet time, like letting everyone filter in, making sure that they're there. And she says, "Ah, you have arrived. Welcome to Wachter House, please." And then she pauses for just a second. Her son goes around, pulls her chair out. She sits down. He presses it back in. And
Does she notice now that there's one seat short or something?
you
Just curious. I'm just gonna stand in there, like I'll count the seats and be like, huh, okay. A noble house, not expected.
You know what?
Not
As,
unexpected.
as we're settling in, Kenzie, if you're desperate, go.
I have to be so bad. I don't think I'm gonna explode.
Do it.
Okay.
Feel good about
It's
it.
the coffee.
It's the coffee.
It's the coffee.
It's the
And on that
coffee.
note, on the coffee too.
Yeah, and we have. So we have 6 other, but yeah, no, somebody's gonna have to stand. So minus the 2 Wachters. So we have the 5 PCs. Yay.
Gear has absolutely no problem standing.
Then Finny. So
She's
that
not
that'd be the 5.
He
So
is, and then Sasha.
Finny's gonna have to sit on somebody's lap, which it's
probably
fine.
gonna-
Let him sit on your lap. Sit down and let Finney sit.
And then
Gross.
It's
You get
weird.
it.
and then
That is weird.
Well, y'all are weird.
Like they're close, but they don't do that.
but not like that. Yeah.
Both of them are like
Okay, so 5. Yeah. So at least two people are gonna have to stand. So Durgan and Gira then.
Because it's just awkward. I'm picturing Durgan like having to like hop up on the chair and then like,
gosh,
you know, where his feet dangle.
And then scoot.
Just like,
Right. We're going to come up behind you and picks you up and put you down like you're in a high chair.
And these chairs.
Booster seat.
Oh my god. These chairs are like huge. You know, they're big, fat, with the thick armrest. You know, the thick wooden armrests and all of that. Okay, see the two of you, and then
How does the table go up? Like, are you seeing an island like this?
I don't know.
his mark is going to defer to you, Farron.
It's not that
Well, I'm
bad.
just gonna sit
Is he gonna-
right next to the lady up there.
You're going to sit next to. You're going to sit. Okay, then he'll sit at the foot of the table. and
I'm gonna
that's-
try to be
and that's
the
arranged.
filter of getting the conversation started and trying to set some kind of example of propriety as much as possible in the situation. But
The woman looks over at you. Introductions, then.
yes, at first we cannot thank you enough for inviting us to share a meal with you. I was surprised to receive the invitation, but we're very appreciative. I am Farron Mock. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Lady Fiona Wachter. This, of course, is my son, Nikolai. And do you speak for the group then?
We are a diplomatic bunch, but for present, since I was the first to make acquaintance with your messenger, I felt it might be best to be a representative for my friends.
Well said. She looks across. And you feel otherwise. You come in here. And now Ismark looks down at himself and she says, I jest. No, it is wise for you to be ready for the violence if it happens. And although Wachter House has seen more than its fair share, you have nothing to be worried about this evening.
Can I do an initial just insight now that she's speaking to see, like, does she seem comfortable? Does she seem nervous? Just kind of like what her attitude is?
Kind of taking the temperature.
Yeah.
I would like to do that as well. If I could.
That's a natural
Definitely
20.
seems.
Total of
21.
I said natural 20.
I got a nat 8. For a total of 10.
Total of 21.
Only a 1 in 20 chance of those.
Yeah, no, right? It's crazy.
So you dial in to the very utmost of your abilities, and
This is as good as it's getting for me to get a read on her.
you can still find yourself partially deflected by the glittering jet of her eyes, and the threadbare smile that she's wearing. You don't, for what it's worth, you don't feel any immediate threat. You think you're going to make it through the dinner without, as she said, violence. But as to the rest of her motives, she's pretty damn hard to read.
But that's the big juicy piece that I get is this is going to be an incredibly difficult person.
Yes, that's
That's information.
really the case.
That's
Yeah.
information. Okay.
I'm gonna say, how much, because she said something about running into violence. As much as this house has seen or something, I would like to retort to that. I can't remember the exact words he says, but ultimately, I'm just gonna.
It's seen as fair share of violence.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what do you mean? What kind of violence do you see here?
May I present Lady Artexia Silverfront?
Oh, a lady.
I do a little nod to her. Not a big one, but a little one.
It was the head waggle at the end that got us.
Not a big one.
A diplomatic bunch.
Indeed.
And her son looks over.
Of varied backgrounds.
Silverfrond. I don't think I've I don't think I've ever heard that name amongst nobility in the valley. So you do come from beyond then.
That it's pretty observant of you. Perceptive, I guess, I would say. No, we are from another land.
I try. So
One less faith.
he glances at his mother and she just gives him a small nod. So, have you been here long then?
In Vallaki, only a few days. In Barovia, not much longer than that.
Too long.
Well, you may find entering Barovia Valley is one thing. Leaving it is something else entirely.
Yes, and we aren't quite sure the means by which we find ourselves here. But we are certainly appreciative of anyone who will show us any kindness and hospitality in a strange place.
Understood. He looks, Mutter, and then there's a very brief exchange between them in a language that none of you could speak here because it doesn't exist in High Terra. But she cuts that short with just a gesture and continues on. And the rest of you then,
Yes, let's introduce ourselves, everyone. Go ahead, Ismark.
He squares his shoulders and looks across. I have the honor of being Ismark Koyanovich. My late father was the burgomaster of Barovia village. Koyanovich. Yes. Your family has been there for some time, no? They have been wise stewards, I understand, even though the village wastes away. And he says, the village, my lady, is endured many hardships, many trials and tribulations, and it will continue to endure them without your presence. Ismark just looks away from her and doesn't have a ready retort.
This place seems to be full of necessary, difficult decisions.
You actually see Stasha's chin come up as his brother gets batted at, and he says, Lady Wachter, we've all had to make really hard decisions lately. I'm sure my brother's doing the best that he can. I'm sure he is, little one.
I kind of put a hand on him, stop. But not saying, yeah.
Don't do any more.
Yeah.
And
Before that gets too awkward, I actually speak up and say, you can call me Dorothy Oakenshield.
Oakenshield.
Aye.
Yet another clan I am not familiar with. Were it were otherwise. Well, what the race then?
Race.
Forgive me, my common species. This is the word I look for. Species.
I mean, he kind of looks around because it's just an unusual question for him initially, and I'm a dwarf.
Here we would use the word dwarf differently. And yet, she says, we are cosmopolitan enough to have seen people of two rivers. It is a beautiful mixture, she says, looking at Farron. Not so. I am familiar with the Dusk Elves and some of their, of course not living, but some of their progeny from the past, written of, even illustrated.
My people are our own, craftsmen and artisans, usually.
Nikolai, do we have any such as him in the valley? Mutter, I think not, no. But you You look like you have a strong enough right arm, sir. And if you know your way around the forge, then you'll find plenty of opportunity here. That old sour thing who is a tyrant over in his shop, he always has a backlog. Have you met our local blacksmith yet?
I have.
Well, perhaps, it has been some time since Wachter House has had someone within our ranks capable of that. If you stay in Vallaki long, perhaps you would be willing to teach someone your trade. Not for free, of course. I mean, we would compensate you, obviously.
I would consider such a thing.
Good. He looks at his mother again, and she gives him a kind of a stronger nod this time. And about that time, as you continue to make your way around and continue the introductions, they start with a course of just very simple bread and oil.
What's their reaction to Artexia? Because I've disguised her and I've disguised her well, but are they clocking that she's any different than me, or does she...
I still have my hood up, by the way. I haven't taken it down, yeah.
You do.
I don't seem to have any weird reaction.
Make another insight check.
A lot of good it's doing me. That's a 7. 8. Yeah. Solid 8.
You can't
He
tell.
had a bigger coffee than me.
There's nothing
That was
obvious.
a 1 for a second, so I'll take
I
7.
was actually going to hope if I could help her get the advantage action by sitting next to her to draw attention away from Artexia, because I'm a full elf in full display right next to her where the eyes would naturally draw to me more than others.
That wouldn't help her insight, but it would help Artexia's deception.
Perfect.
If it comes to that.
Nice.
So
Look over here.
Yeah, like
Just make
Artexia starts
that
sitting down, but you
SOP,
pull
like,
another chair farther away.
You can be close to her to make her look
More you
less
can probably
elf.
do that.
interestingly, the lady
Disguise now.
the lady must have decided that that Gira was some sort of bodyguard,
That's what she was hoping.
because
actually.
she doesn't. Neither she nor her son Nikolai directly address Gira, as that would be inappropriate.
And she's not volunteering.
Right,
Unless
right. And-
there's a pause and she looks straight at me.
And Ismark does not introduce you either, so you're just accepted as being there.
Yep.
And also interestingly,
And I am watching everything. I want to read her face, especially as she's commenting on the different races and
I was going to say,
noting especially apparently there's no dwarves.
interestingly, right? She had more of a reaction to Durgan. I mean, she just glances at you and she looks at you for maybe a moment or two longer than normal as she clocks it. Okay, not fully human, but she doesn't really seem to react to it very much.
She doesn't ask.
Yeah.
I'm not volunteering if she's not asking.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And
And I'm gonna actually slowly back up closer towards the wall
okay,
and just stay in the room.
okay. Now,
Blending in with the scenery.
throughout this,
I'm
I
just
may
here.
I may not keep describing it, but you have a phalanx of well-trained staff and servants coming in,
I'm staying out of their way.
and they're just
Finding a spot that's out of their way.
They're bringing, so as you progress through the meal, and you have bread, and there's a small salad. Then they bring out some quail eggs that have been expertly poached in one sense of the word, if not the other. And then as the fare gets heavier, the servants seem to have their own unspoken language with one another, and it's almost like a dance at the table as they're coming in. There aren't enough of them that they can serve everybody simultaneously.
I do want to pay some attention to them and just kind of mark some of their faces in my mind. Note their ancestry. Is everybody human?
As far as you can tell, everyone here is human.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not
Wait.
even hints of that one's a little shorter, or that one's got slight point to their ears, or
If it's if so, it's beyond casual observation. Nothing jumps out at you.
So it's a human. Ah. I have this charm person.
You do.
read the end.
Yeah, we're gonna want you to read that very carefully before you do anything.
Read the entire paragraph, please.
Periodically during the meal, I'll be like, Sasha, Could you grab me a bit of salt and just sprinkle it on here for me, please? That's the reason I sat right next to them.
Of course. And then
it knows it was trying. Oh shit!
Yeah.
And then your food magically Morgatti goes from being. So this is elevated Barovian cuisine, which means to say that it tastes about a quarter as good as, I don't know, as old McDonald's or something, as old McDonald's fare. Not the farm.
1950s McDonald's is gross.
But as soon as Sasha touches it and puts a little something, then the full flavor and aroma begins to come up.
Perfect, Sasha. Thank you so much. Oh, this is delightful. Thank you.
With advantage, make a deception roll.
Who, me? Just me?
Yeah, I just want to see either of the Wachters.
I got a 19 on the first one.
That's pretty good. All right.
With deception, it'd be 20, dirt 1.
Dirt 1, okay.
And then a 16 on the second.
All right.
So 17, 27.
So Lady Wachter doesn't seem to notice this little mini drama going on at all. Because Nikolai is looking over at Sasha a lot while this is going on. He notes that there's an exchange, but you don't see any light go on his face.
I'm only going to ask him the once for the main meal.
Do I see? Is it Carl or Nikolai?
Nikolai.
Oh, so is that the younger one?
I might have messed that up when I introduced them.
Okay, whichever one it is.
Yeah. Nikolai's supposed to be the older one, but I think I messed that up when I introduced them.
Okay. Can I read his face when he's looking over at Sasha and seeing that?
Yeah. Actually, go and make an insight roll.
Nope.
I did not roll well either, so.
That's a 6.
Not quite that bad.
Roll again. We'll do a roll off.
Are you serious?
Because I got exactly a 6, yeah.
Okay, that's better. This is insight, right?
Yeah.
16.
Roll off is just on the die when it's tied.
12.
12 on the die?
Yeah.
Okay. Something is happening there. He's and at one point he actually looks he maintains his composure through most of it, and there's obviously a mother-son thing going on where they're communicating with each other, just long association.
Can I at least tell if it's calculating or curiosity?
But you see a flash of embarrassment at one point.
Oh. Okay.
And if that makes sense to the player, then it makes sense to the player, but that's what you see. And then he goes back to just being a gracious
Might
host.
actually make sense to Kira, but
And
maybe not.
so you're working your way through, and the lady is I assume you're going to give her a sanitized version when she's asking about, how have your travels been, and what wonderful sights have you seen in Barovia, and what do you blah blah blah, and that sort of thing. So that goes on for another 15-20 minutes, and then finally you can almost feel the moment where she's coming around
To why the F we're here.
right. And two other small notes. There is some sort of subtle but like slightly sweet incense that's wafting from the salon, and then someone in an unseen room or maybe down the hallway is just very, very lightly playing a harp.
Stop. Don't get mad at me.
Were you thinking that?
I gotta go to the bathroom all of a sudden, in the game. And I'm just like, because I hear it and I'm like tired of, whatever. I just want to look around for a second. I was like, would you guys happen to have a laboratory?
Of course, my dear, the lady says. Just don't get lost. And she smiles.
And I get up and excuse myself.
And of course, one of the
You still standing somewhere?
And of course, one of the footmen
Probably.
is assigned to accompany you, so that you.
What does that
you
stop
can
me?
find
What does
your
that
way.
stop me? Okay, so I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah. So she takes. Yeah. I'm gonna say off the through a set of doors and then off the salon.
Yep.
I'm following.
anything stupid.
I'm following. I'm following her.
You're going with her? Okay.
You look like you were one of our bodyguards anyway. It would have been weird.
Okay, so
Durgan is also bodyguarding.
Artexia has an escort party, and as he sees all these people, Finny looks up at you. Now you know how I feel.
I'm looking, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to the bathroom. Okay, we're in there together. Right.
And all of you realize, who would notice this sort of thing, that you haven't seen Finny in a minute, through about 15 minutes through the stalking.
Oh my god. Great.
That at some point the head was like this over the table, and then the head just. And now the head.
Two of them.
And now the head is back.
Okay, so they didn't notice him disappearing either.
No, they were too focused on you. And
Maybe I gave
Well,
you
y'all
deception.
create a distraction.
You were part of his disguise.
so she says, "And how have you found the valley, my dear?"
It is dark. Used to a lot more overhead light than you have here. We've met some hospitality, and we've met a few strange characters. Your sheriff had a very odd reaction to my group.
Do tell.
He just seemed very agitated and focused on our little Sasha here. And I mean, of all of us, he's from Barovia.
Indeed.
It was strange. Is he always like that?
Sheriff Strozny is, how would you say, problematic. He, of course, does the bidding of Vargas Velakovich, the so-called Baron. However, how would I say? Do you know, in my family's history, the being that brought Wachter House into this world? Are you familiar with Ezra Mistwarden?
I've heard a small bit.
The Mistwarden is a god. Or goddess. And I find the quintessence of this being to be that which navigates difficult pathways. I have known many difficult pathways in my life, Farron Mock. She looks around again, and I draw comfort from the fact that through all of these, Wachter House still stands, no?
Indeed.
We face one of these difficult pathways now. As every week, we have a new pointless affair that disrupts life, drains the economy, and inevitably degenerates into an excuse for more people to be in the stockade or to vanish entirely. I am attempting to navigate this difficult pathway. Do you follow me so far?
I think so.
Indeed. And now, Ezra has brought 8 worthies from the mists into my dining room.
Technically, you did that. I'm not there. So.
Yeah.
Go Pete.
Yeah, just left. Now come. Let me know when you come back. And she says, "I was going to wait until the end of the meal, but it seems, Walter." And one of the footmen, he bows, runs back out. He will be back momentarily. You'll see. But have you enjoyed all will be well?
Have I enjoyed it? Perhaps I have different tastes than some here.
Well put. Well put. How could the most ancient house in Vallaki, indeed, that is still surviving, thriving in the valley, how might we be of service to you?
Oh, goodness. I didn't realize we were worthy of any favors.
Of course we are.
The lovely dinner.
Of course we are.
We are just having a light evening conversation, no?
Of course. To be completely honest with you, as befits your station,
Natural.
we are not sure how we wish to proceed. We have come to Vallaki and are learning a lot about this area. And that's about all I know right now. We don't fully understand why we were brought here, and we certainly don't understand how to go home. So if you have any information about how we could do that, that would be a lovely favor. Otherwise, I truly don't know.
You see those hard eyes on a hard woman narrow ever so slightly. Make a persuasion check.
Meanwhile,
Very good.
what are you trying to do?
So that's a 25.
There you go.
Doesn't it involve going invisible?
And then they widen back. 25. Then they widen back.
7 to that bad boy.
What, Caitlin, what was Farron's like finisher? What was her closer as a diplomat? What was the thing that she did better than any of her peers that, despite her mixed heritage, got her to the core device's end? There must have been something.
Oh, she just knows how to look somebody in the eyes and make them like her, even though she is an unlikable person. She has a way to look in your eyes, and for some reason you are endeared to her.
So there's like a compelling undertone to that gaze. Okay. So you know, as this woman looks at you, and in the eyes of people older and more powerful than her, you've seen it happen before. You see the soil get tilled, and she says, "Very well. I don't think that you fully understand or appreciate what a precious resource you actually are.
I believe you're right.
By my count, there are 6 chosen in this room. Chosen who, if I am to understand your tale, have been quickening at quite an impressive pace. Unfortunately, Ezra did not see fit to select me as one of their chosen. However, I've always had a nose for those who are. And my nose tells me that you will grow potent indeed. I have a problem. It sounds like you have a problem. Shall we help one another solve these miseries in our lives?
I would love to say yes, but first I must ask the nature of your problem.
Hypothetically, if you were to deal with this problematic sheriff.
I'm gonna start trying to read her too.
Okay. Okay, I'll let you make a roll in a second here. With this problematic sheriff, then I would help you with your issue in a number of tangible ways. One of which being, well, let's start with the most trivial first. You've probably already solved this for yourselves. A place to stay, a headquarters. You know that you are not the first chosen who have come into the valley. Far from it. There was a group about 12 years. She looks at the son and he nods. A little over a decade ago. Perhaps you have heard of them.
I have.
My dealings with them were frankly clumsy. I have learned since then, and vowed not to repeat my mistake should Ezra bring such a chance and opportunity back into my field of vision, and here you are.
Here we are.
And she takes a moment where she just looks at you, because Morgathia is everything else outstanding, of course, like physically radiant. So she just looks over his 6'5" form with ice blue eyes and condensed sunlight for hair, and then looks away. You are far from home, and our lore, our knowledge is extended wide and deep as a house. Vallaki could be your backyard. I just need a little help.
Surely, someone as established as you has other connections that could deal with this sheriff. He's one man.
He is a man who, unfortunately, as happens sometimes, has been favored by a dark power. You have seen his arm?
Did we?
Yeah, we did. It was like claw-like.
Oh, that's right.
It looked like a demonic.
Right.
She says, in fact, I will confine myself to this, Farron Mock. If you could get rid of his arm, all else would be well.
Oh, I'm sure he would take no issue with that.
Could he not simply grow it back through the same demonic pact?
Not if he lacks a head, but I would see to that.
I take your meaning. Well, I would want to know more about the nature of the man,
Reasonable.
his background, and I would very much like some context as to why he and others seem to be so focused on our friend here.
She looks over. That hair, always a problem here in the valley. And that is where we will take our first break.
Did you say red hair? All the trouble in this
Hair.
valley?
Wow.
All right, faraway friends, we will see you in just a minute. Thank you so much.
Welcome to Constructed Chaos, a D&D live play channel where you get to control the game. Join us on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Time for our in-person live stream that allows you to influence our adventures in major ways. From alternate plot points to rerolls to absolute chaos. And tune in on Mondays at 7 for our brand new Chat Plays D&D format where you get to roll the dice and pilot the characters themselves straight from the live stream chat. And between it all, there's tons of homebrew content and guides that we release every single month. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. And until next time, go out there and make some chaos.
I have the honor of being Artexia Silverfrond, of a lineage that stretches back some 40,000 years. Indeed, my line began with the immortal leader of the elven people, and they came to the world of High Terra. Her title is Her Wisdom. It's not really much to live up to, is it? Thankfully, my grandmother left the capital of Ice's End and sought to return to the ancient ways of the Great Mother, who some call Gaia. She felt the elves of the grand cities had drifted too far from our ancestors' ideals of living in harmony with nature and honoring the Great Mother in quiet daily ways. She was not alone in this, and without any design to do so, she became first a known figure, then a leader of the forest-dwelling community I would come of age within. I have always followed my own path, seeking balance in all things. Each in its season is the beating heart of the understanding of Gaia that I know. I now also know that I am chosen, blessed with power directly from the Great Mother, and it was revealed in the battle for our freaking lives. In this cursed land that is now our prison, that balance is not so easy to see. Here I have only my own blood to remind me of home. What is this terrible presence I sense on the edge of my intuition? Is it the Dreadlord from the letter we found, the Strahd von Sarovich, or something greater still? Yet another mystery to be solved if we ever want to leave this dreaded place. To die here would be unthinkable, so far away from the mother's embrace. I will walk the forests of my birth once more, even if I must tear my way across the entirety of this alien domain. Lunara Invicta!
Welcome back, faraway friends. We're still here. We're still doing the thing.
We didn't even leave.
We're still here. So we realized that in our pregame discussion, since we were pre-recording this, and one just tends to run into the other. It's not like the live sessions. We just completely alighted over the fact that we have a new player at the table.
Oh, hey.
They're like, who's that guy?
Wait, who are you?
You?
So, who are you?
I am Randy. I am at the Terror table, and I've been brought over to enjoy this fine group of players here.
And snatched by the mist.
And snatched up by the mist, just like that. And embodying Morgathi. Does he have a last name yet?
Canonically he does not, but I feel like he should.
You should. Oh, figure.
I was going with the old like Sharon Madonna. I only need the one.
Yeah, well, because he's just that good. But he's just that good.
He's iconic.
You're right.
It's just Professor.
I am a rich man.
You should see me in the bustier. It's
the cone bra.
Yeah, the cone bra and the little mic. It's great.
And then I do. Randy, you had asked me offline about some of the verbiage that I was using for his spells. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say there are a couple I can send you if you want. Feel free to make up your own. Sure. And I'm going to say that we're going to play it that Barovia has been twisting the magic, and so the way that you channel it has to change. And then that way you can just make it your own. But there should be a verbal component to a lot of those.
Frigidus Tactus.
Frigidus Tactus.
Yeah, you have to say Frigidus Tactus.
You've been gaming with him long enough to know those ones.
Even Kenzie knows Frigidus Tactus.
You have to say it though. It's part of him now.
Yeah, Frigidus Tactus is right.
And you gotta do it carelessly. You gotta Frigidus Tactus.
Yeah. As the skeletal hand comes out. Yep. Okay. And I think with that, we are ready to dive back in, yeah?
Okay, we're in the bathroom.
All right, we're going to do it.
Bitch mode. Assume.
That's mine.
And
They're all like, you weren't in bitch
red
mode.
hair.
Oh, that's right. The red hair thing.
The red hair thing has come back up again.
That is not what I thought this was going to be about.
And
Not to be confused with a red herring.
and about the time, well,
we're going to find out.
perhaps one and the same. Chekhov's haircut. So in comes Walter with what looks like a pretty well defended scroll case. So rigid, the caps, like so many of the other items in here, are wood bound with iron. So there's not, there's not going to be any splintering. It does look like there are hooks where you could have a strap, like a canvas strap or a leather strap or something to hold it, although that's undone right now. And he brings it to the lady, kneels down, and she just, And then he walks around the table and he presents it to Sasha. Sasha looks at this, looks at you. And she says, "It is generally good manners to accept the gifts from your host, little one."
I'm going to insight the heck out of that.
Okay.
Because I want to see if there's any nefariousness.
Like, people keep trying to give him stuff.
10.
10. Yeah. All you see is a glittering smile. And
Damn it, I'm not in there, and I either.
so,
we're missing
unless one of you, I'm going to say this is about the time that y'all come back.
No, I wanted to do something
Okay.
in the bathroom.
And I wasn't trying to stop her.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
just supervising.
Okay, you were just
No, come back.
you were just supervising the
I was
mayhem.
like trying to make sure it didn't go completely off the rails.
And,
Or somebody attacks and kills you.
well, you've been gone for a minute, so I'll say you're coming back now, and then we can actually, knowing your brand of chaos, we'd better adjudicate what happens in the bathroom. Okay.
Right.
What's going on in the powder
This is
room?
why I went.
All right, she looks at me.
Get inside the bathroom. What are you trying to do?
Are you not at all curious about the music that's coming from down the hall?
No, have you never been in fancy houses before?
Of all the people.
Even Gira knows about harps.
But in this place, how often are we hearing music here? And it sounds beautiful. You know, it
Last
doesn't
night
matter.
in the tavern, it just wasn't the harp.
Just cover for me for a second.
Are you doing the invisible thing or the animal thing?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, literally. Yes, but I guess I'm gonna be invisible because the animal thing would take too long and I gotta be quick. So I'm gonna
Okay.
stay my size.
I open door and make excuse for you. You use the open door to get out, but come back in like 5 minutes.
I wiggle my nose and touch myself. I'd go invisible.
It's like bewitched all of a sudden.
Yep.
I open the door. She's having a lady need moment. Do you have an extra linen cloth?
Oh.
This is a guy, right?
Have that here.
Good. And I squeezed out while he.
Okay.
Yeah, and I open the door just enough for her to get past me.
Make a stealth check and let's see how noisy you are.
Yeah.
You are unseen, but are you unheard?
I'm gonna need you to be
Which one's hot? Which one's hot? Which one's hot?
In a land where shenanigans.
This one does feel kind of hot. Fuck. That did mess up totally.
And
But
I'm gonna close the door and stand outside in the hall.
Give me a hit.
So she
Okay,
can tap me or...
so stealth. And isn't my stealth increased whenever I'm invisible too?
No.
No.
Your stealth is just your stealth.
Your stealth is your stealth, but
They just can't see.
even if you blow it, all they're going to be hearing is
feet.
8.
I'm
Okay.
quietly humming in the hallway along with the hard music.
Okay. So you
Making up some lyrics.
quickly
Making up some lyrics.
you quickly find yourself in what looks like
Fuck, I fucked that roll up.
It'll
it
be
looks like a
your
bunk.
distraction.
It looks like a bunker.
Oh.
Because they're like they're 4 beds, and they have the neat little foot lockers, at the opposite the beds.
I'm trying to find the music. I'm following the music is where I'm going.
And all of them are done. And there is a pale dark-haired boy, who has an oddly like beautiful ancient-looking harp that's so against the rest of the feeling of decay and all of these things.
Can I like see? Is it like magical? Does it seem magical at all?
You would have to cast, which would break your invisibility.
yeah.
Yeah. If you want to get closer to it, you can try to look at see if there are particular runes, and if you can recognize any of the craftsmanship on it. But even you can hear your footfalls.
No, I don't want to get too close to. I don't want to give.
And then his finely attuned ears detect something, and the music stops, and he starts looking around this boy, and he looks right through you.
I hold my breath. I get like real stiff.
Oh, must have just been the wind. A very heavy wind.
That wind in the house again.
I heard a faint humming in the hallway continuing.
There's no nefariousness going on in there other than the fact that he's just playing and he's by himself. And is he pale, different looking than the rest of them?
He looks. There's something There's something about him. Make a insight or perception roll.
Okay, I'm scared. No, I'm not scared. Confident. Can't see. I got anything. You said perception.
Perception or insight, either one.
Okay, well, perception's higher. So 14.
14. You had already gone when she was talking about that. Okay. I think you just plucked it right out of my brain, Caitlin. There is something vaguely. It's not the same energy, but there is something vaguely similar to Sasha about this kid. Even though it's the dark hair, Sasha's pretty pale too, but this kid's even paler. Like this kid's almost ghostly white. Sasha's like Barovian pale. But this boy feels maybe a little bit younger, but then Sasha's been like emboldened as you've been going and is, starting to grow into himself a little bit because he's been forced out of his home, etc.
Whereas
this kid feels very cloistered in here, and you do notice, of course, that he has like the very furthest bed, the very last bed. So, and there's something like where that corner is a little bit more shadowed, not sinister, but it's a little darker. It's a little bit more quiet in the corner that he has of this long thin room.
Okay, I'm going to start making my way back before
Okay.
someone notices me.
Make another stealth check.
Now I'm scared. I'll make it. 9 plus 3, I think it is. Yeah, so
Okay.
12.
He doesn't turn his head, but as you leave and as the harp begins again, he says, pitched so almost though it drifts on his notes and carries right to your ears. Mists be kind to you.
Bidding me a farewell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, alright. And how will... Fuck, I didn't...
You see me standing out in the hallway, so you can easily just kind of like poke me.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yes. And then, like I heard something inside the door and I open it.
Are you ready now? And I'll just go in.
Okay.
I don't know if the foot.
I do my little nose wiggle again.
I stand out in the hallway
he was back
for
and
his
then
return.
He was back and then he instead of breathing down your neck once he gave you the linens, he's still watching the bathroom, but he's stood kind of a discreet distance, so he wasn't just right there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Whereas previously he had been all up on you.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. It was a mess down there. I'm sorry.
This might be an actual play D&D first, and I love it. I love it.
Welcome to reality.
Okay.
Mira's gonna go an extra
realism
step
is
to
too
make
much.
sure that this doesn't get
It's too much.
suspicious later.
This is how we introduce.
She's going to take
We
off
lost
one of
some.
her
We gained
bracers and make a small cut and bleed on a little bit on some of the cloth.
Wow, you a
And
real
put it in there. Not elf blood.
No.
And then put that back up so nobody wrap it up so it doesn't keep bleeding.
Wow, that's really smart.
She just does it. And then we go back.
Make a medicine check and see how well all of that goes off. There's no sleight of hand involved because he's not watching that closely.
And I'm doing that inside the bathroom. That's a 9.
Okay. Someone will have to think to check, but there's one potential way. But we'll see. But you do what you can, and you take out the low hanging fruit anyway. The quick, easy way of seeing if it was a lie or not.
Yeah.
All right. And then you appear. So by then, you're coming in. Yeah, that takes maybe a little bit longer than all of that. But you come in, and unless one of you stop him, he looks at his brother, and Ismark just kind of shrugs, looks at Durgan,
I've been trying to do insights.
Yeah.
Not hit too.
What were you fishing for on her while she was having this extended back and forth?
She'd started to kind of make her proposal about what was going on. I kind of wanted to see if she was giving away anything around the I guess the I forget what they call the person in charge here, mayor, what have you, is
Burgomaster.
Still Burgomaster. He seems to have nothing but like detractors.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't seem
Not a lot of fans.
Super
and so
popular.
I'm trying to read into her, like, how much of this is she just genuinely wanting to do something, and how manipulative is she actually trying to be, I'm trying to see whether or not she's actually trying to screw us over somewhere. Just, I don't know, learn something about, like, how much danger we're really and truly in, trying to basically make a devil's bargain.
She's just seeing an opportunity for a power play.
Yeah.
Okay, insight checks have to be fairly narrow, so you're specifically looking to see if she's looking to screw you over.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I mean that's definitely a fair thing to look
Is
for.
she trying to screw us over?
Go ahead
I kind of suspect.
and make that insight check.
Everybody
Yeah.
trying to screw us over.
Everyone's trying to screw everyone over.
All right, so that's a 21.
Okay. We know she is capable of deflecting, but this time she did not. So, because that was your earlier roll. She probably is not. She's giving Farron exactly the face that she wants to give her, but she's probably not controlling her energy quite as well.
Like a sore topic.
As you. And you're getting to. You, of course, don't have to weave in and out of a conversation the way that Farron does. You have the huge advantage of just solely focusing on her while this is going on. And you definitely see a moment. So everything that she's talked about in terms of getting rid of the sheriff, that she's got an issue, all of that seems absolutely correct. But you know that very good liars often weave in and out of truth and deception to make it that much harder. And this woman certainly has an agenda of her own that she is certainly not sharing with you.
Right.
However, you don't find anything, at least here's, italicize this, as the variables currently stand.
Right. Okay.
You don't see her lusting to throw you up for a human sacrifice or something. But
It's the hard read.
just in general, there is a harshness to her energy and her spirit that you, Durgan, probably, as I understand the character, don't particularly care for.
And I kind of like it.
Yeah. No, the two of you were vibing a bit.
We're hitting it off great, honestly. I'm like, this is going pretty well.
The only one other thing that he is doing while he's here, he's going to subtly try to meditate on the morning, the feel of the Morning Lord. He's sort of it's a really imprecise way, but there was a sense of something when we were in the church with the bones being nearby, and he's just gonna
see if you can tap into that.
just sort of like
If he's like sitting on the bones or something. Oh, that's smart, Justin. Okay.
Wait, what? That's super good.
Make a... Actually, that's going to take you a bit,
smart.
but yeah.
but he doesn't, like you said, he doesn't have to sit there and talk. So.
No, you don't.
Must be nice.
No, you don't. You can
Sorry,
just...
face what? Who wanted me to face?
Hey,
It wasn't a want.
The face.
I'm just the one that's good at it.
You are good at it.
So...
So odd being so good at everything.
Very difficult. Thank you. Finally.
This is stuck. It's a little... here, Sasha is your name, yes? It is. Oh, okay. And he reaches across, but it's long enough, and...
we're in
Nicholas-
here now, right? I get
Nicholas,
this-
yeah, now
Okay.
you're coming in. So he takes it and just deftly... As you see him, again, in the bar, it was kind of hard to see him. You could see his general build, which was strong. But as you're looking for a nobleman, you're a little surprised at like the scars and the strength of his hands. The scars that are kind of on the back of his hands, and the casual strength of twisting it open, and then passing it back over. And Sasha takes out, and this is obviously high quality parchment ? Because you've seen all kinds of parchment in High Terra. And there's something that's a little off of it, and then as Sasha unfurls it, it becomes obvious that it's not parchment so much as it is canvas. And as he lays it out, the mastery of shadow and light, the near perfect ratio of the composition, the expert control of the brush, and you're looking down and you're seeing a painting that looks... Actually, I'll wait on that detail and see what people roll. But it is... The perspective is quite high, so it's obviously been painted in Barovia because you see the mist. However, the moon is out in full, and instead of the sickly gray menace of the moon that you've come to know that presages lycanthropes and other, dire dangers out there, this moon is closer to High Terra's moon. It's not exactly.
Which one?
Lucida, the bright moon.
Watch it.
Lucida.
Disrespect my moons.
Fair. No, that's...
I have one thing.
That's fair. And so there's a
One thing
silver...
that has two things.
It lends a silver grace to the mist, and indeed even like a slight luminescence to it. There is a modest village underneath, like far underneath the perspective of the person painting. And I'm going to say Artexia, Farron, you're a little farther because you're right next to her. So Artexia and Morgathi, give me investigation or perception rolls, please.
That's a 19.
Oh, okay. That's going to be high enough.
Okay. Go ahead then.
Did you want to go with perception or investigation?
Well, perception's higher.
They're going to give you slightly different things. Okay, perception's higher.
Wait, it gives you slightly different things.
Slightly different things, because you're using like slightly different skill sets
Okay.
to get the same piece of information. But
I'll do perception.
You go with perception, yeah.
On the other hand, I'm going to go, even though it's not one of my skills, I'm going to go with investigation. That'll give me a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, okay. So both of you are looking at it. Artexia, you spot very clearly that you can see the Kolyanovich Manor in the background, so Sasha's home. You can see that, in fact, in the farthest point away from it. So you're like seeing basically through the village. And somehow this, whatever master painted this, was still deft enough with the brush that they managed to describe that house, what should be the smallest thing in the portrait because of the perspective, so well that it's clear that it's that manor. But it's that manor in better days. So without
Koyanovich
the
Manor.
Koyanovich,
So this
without
painting is old.
without the shattered, you maybe even. So I'll get to his investigation in a second, but you're looking at it, and there is and I'm just going to say your character gets this. It was a very high roll, but also your character is like an artist in some ways. There is a sorrow that underlies this whole picture, even though you're seeing Barovia Village in an almost unrealistically beautiful light, because it's like silver instead of the gray. The mist is actually like lit up and a kind of quiet beauty instead of menacing and choking. And then the streets are dark, but they're quiet and tranquil. They're not terrifying. There are no people in this, just structures. So you, Morgathi, you don't see quite as much like on an artistic level. You don't intuitively get that deep sorrow, but you do see that even though the village is in much better repair than what you saw, the portrait itself, looking at some telltale signs, looks quite fresh. And it looks like, even though someone took extreme care, it was cut. Actually, your roll was high, because your roll was like 25 or something, I think, total.
25.
Yeah. So you both would have noticed that even though someone took extreme care to do so, it looks like it was very likely cut out of a frame, almost with like a scalpel-like precision around, and then meticulously rolled.
So perhaps stolen.
I'm gonna lean in, smell the actual paint, the parchment itself. Just get a feel for it. Any sense of decay? How fresh does it smell?
Randy.
How fresh is the paint?
That is smart.
Okay, make a perception roll.
Oh, Lord.
Gonna be investigation.
He's nose investigating.
Okay, your nose investigating. Okay.
Oh, Gaia.
14.
Okay. Him smelling at it jogs you, Artexia, and since this is all still like the same event, even though typically rules as written doesn't work this way, this is still the same event. You can tell what he's doing because you can hear him. You can see him like doing this deep breath in, and you do notice that despite the beauty, there is a faint scent of something, and you can't quite. It's not rot, but there's like some sort of mustiness to it.
Is it earthy like a soil?
That seems out of place in, say, Wachter House, or you already know that it didn't come from here, but
Yeah, it did not come from
Yeah.
here.
So make of that what you will.
Okay.
Sasha seems, for his part, he just seems entranced, because how often has this gifted artist ever been able to see something that isn't his own? That's if anything, even like his skill level might be in another decade of real practice. You're looking at something. Yeah, I mean something that would fit in High Terra, like that skill level.
That woman is still in there with us?
Oh, Lady Wachter?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I mean
We're all just still sitting at the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
Watching you sniff a painting.
Truly.
Is there an indication where Castle Ravenloft would be if I was to take a step out of the picture and look further in?
Lady Wachter seems to be completely content, by the way. She's folded her hands.
I'm watching her.
She's just folded her hands, and she's enjoying her braised duck. That was the final dish, by the way. And she's just slowly munching on it, seeming to savor it. Since you asked that specifically, you know what? No, you rolled a 20 on the investigation roll, and you asked the specific question as the player. You feel like you feel like the hairs on the back of your head stand up as you realize there's only one spot that this could have been painted from. So do you remember, this is way back when, but do you remember one of the, I forget which Koyanovich brother, I forget if it was Ismark or Sasha, but one of them talked about, I think it was Ismark, talked about being under, maybe that was just the GM, but at any rate, having grown up under the shadow of Castle Ravenloft, that every day you look up and you see, you can physically see that this monstrous looking, castle, right? And now you're looking at the reverse.
Like looking down on the village.
As if someone is there painting from the other perspective.
Probably the highest point of that cat because of the perspective. Even for Ravenloft, as high as it is, to get this much, it'd have to be maybe the highest point or one of the highest points.
Well, that is quite the perspective there. And I'm lying. That is quite the perspective there.
And now Wachter is interested, and she's looking over.
The artist has an incredible grasp of intuitive geometrics. Like, that's beautiful. I would assume in Ravenloft itself they made this picture?
And you see a bit of the facade crack as perhaps that had not quite clicked for her.
You're smarter than her.
Wunderbar. And then the mask settles back into place.
I'll take that as a win. Sit back. My wine.
And her son, who doesn't quite get the memo as quickly, is... was it cousin Vasily, yeah? And she looks at him. Another time, son. And, yeah. So, this is our gift, for you, Sasha Koyanovich. It's stunning, but why would you give such a masterpiece to me? It should be on display for all to see. And then Ismark kind of shakes his head. Oh, wait. Morgathi, did you say this was painted from the perspective of Ravenloft?
I would have to say the highest point.
Sasha, let me see that. Okay. And see, there's our house.
There's our house.
I kind of take the moment to go and resettle in back next to Sasha during that time.
And now Ismark, the color just drains from Ismark's face as it finally clicks for him too.
Can someone?
And then starts folding it and give me that. Oh, okay. But he takes it. So takes the carrier, slides it back in, gets the cap for it, screws it back on, and then just puts it, as Mark does, in front of him, thumping it down on the table and looking across.
Can I read him when he's doing that?
Yeah.
You never did quite answer the lad's question. Why did you want to give this to him?
16.
He is afraid for Sasha and now angry. And he's not doing a very good job of hiding that as he's staring across the table at Lady Wachter, just dead staring at her. She's pretending not to see him, but sooner or later she's going to have to deal with it. Because they're literally facing each other. And Nikolai looks over at you, looks at his mom, and she gives a slight sigh and shrugs. I have mixed feelings about answering that. Shouldn't the gift be its own justification?
I'm gonna detect thoughts on her.
On her?
On her.
Okay. Do you still have a sorcery point? And I assume you're going to subtle.
I don't need a sorcery point for that.
I assume you're going to subtle spell it.
I do have subtle spell point. But they don't know that I'm doing it necessarily, except for whatever motion or.
There is a verbal. It is obvious that you were casting per the rules. Yeah.
Then I'll be subtle about it.
Okay.
I still have
I mean, you don't have to.
a couple more meta magic points, but yeah.
Okay.
What was the name of that cousin that he?
It's silly.
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 Sounds like a pasta. Is that a pasta?
That's fettuccine,
noodle.
my love.
Hey,
Oh, right.
Fettuccine.
no.
Okay,
Now
so
I'm
you
getting hungry.
so you summon the power of the two moons that runs through your veins, and you give it that peculiar little tweak that so few of the sorcerers can, even on High Terra, where you neither have to move your hands to invoke it, nor have to give voice to any arcane utterances, and instead it's powered purely through your intent. And without changing your face, without even moving, you then direct yourself into her mind and remind it was the moons lining up, right?
Yes.
I think.
And then it just kind of opens into their thoughts.
And the first round there is no saving throw, and you just
I get
automatically get the
surface
surface thoughts. All right.
No. I think there's
What
more.
did that? So from Lady Wachter's perspective, what did that Dunkov get me into? Why would he give me this? Why would he give me this thing without telling me its origins? He's made me a fool in front of these outsiders. But to her credit, there's just a pleasant dinner smile on her face now. Okay.
No. I think there's more to it than that. Why give a gift to him? And this, something like this,
Make a persuasion check.
seems quite.
Instead of the Burgermeister himself.
Yeah.
Yes, it is rather odd.
Yeah, I start to get defensive on his behalf. I'm like, how do we not know this is a
Looking for a
trap?
persuasion?
Persuasion. Yeah.
Not great. That's a 10.
Okay. He glances at his mother, but for once she doesn't seem to catch that. She has her own issues going on right now, which Farron has insight into. And he says, "It should be enough that it came." And Sasha looks over. It's a reasonable question, don't you think so, Nikolai?
Does he melt at that?
Roll, make an insight on him and roll with advantage. So roll again.
That would be an 18.
Well, maybe I did.
An 18.
With my insight, it'd be 7. Maybe they've been rolling pretty low a lot, so I'm upping.
I actually have to check that. Might be a tie. Sorry, y'all. Let's check this real quick.
Call it a draw.
Boop.
Call it a draw.
Well, then we'll just draw it again.
No. Okay, no. He got a whopping 8. Oh. All right. And so yeah, you're not sure. Although he does pause, just outwardly, he does pause, and then at Sasha's entreaty, it came from an unimpeachable source, from a distant cousin of ours who travels from time to time. He's a hell of a man, if I do say so myself.
And they told you to give it to him?
No.
Come now.
No. Who we choose to give things to is none of your concern, dwarf.
It is, if it's one of us.
And Sasha says, "I'm sorry. It was supposed to be a gift and it's a very sweet gesture. It's just that there's been so much violence. And
In a pattern, lad. That's the problem.
what kind of pattern?
People always seem to be stalking him, wanting to give him things. That kind of thing.
Well,
And your deflective answer about not telling us who gave it to you or why doesn't exactly endear us to you.
he has a very givable face.
The tone starts getting me on edge. I start like
The
getting
lady
ready
has mentioned
for battle.
his hair. Does this have to do with the color of his hair?
Do you try to go the layer deeper?
Yeah.
on
Well,
Wachter?
no. I'm
Okay.
not going deeper
Okay.
on her right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump into whatever this is before it devolves into a mess. So.
Did you just say before it devolved into dumbass?
Into a mess.
Into dumbass.
Same difference.
Okay, and Lady Wachter says, enough. If you must know, dwarf, my cousin.
And it's Durgan.
In my house, under my roof, it will be as it is. Do you want your answer or not?
If it's honest, yes.
My...
Those might be bringing some thoughts to the surface, huh?
She looks...
Facts, yeah.
She looks... Perhaps you and I will have a discussion when cooler heads are around, as he seems to reflect the extent of his sense in both his height and his mouth.
And we can accept this.
Thank you for a delightful evening, Farron Mock.
Yes, thank you for your hospitality. It is greatly appreciated.
And please, take some of the pie with you, as it seems that we must cut dinner short. And she stands up. Her son stands up with her, almost on reflex. Ismark, because of good breeding, stands up as the lady of the house departs. Who else is sitting and standing?
Stand.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
lady
gonna
house.
stand up as she's leaving.
Okay.
I want to be one of the last people to stand up because I have a question for her. If she'll be, I'm gonna try to be really nice. And
But you do stand.
Yeah.
Okay. Sasha does. Durgan, do you? Or no, you were already.
You're already standing.
Yeah, you're already standing. Okay. The guests bow, or the footmen and servants bow to her, and she doesn't go. She goes neither through the door that you went to go to the lavatory, nor to the hallway, but there's a further door inside, which presumably is to her study. By the shape of the house, she goes in there, and her son does not pursue her though. He stays out and he says, "Well, the least I can do is make sure that you get back to your inn safely. Wachter, get the others. Let's go. It's going to be late by the time we get back, and I don't feel like getting attacked on the way there or back." So he, the one who seems to be their head, like basically their major domo, their head servant, the one who had brought the painting in the first place. He gathers together 3 other guys, and then they arm themselves and go out with you, and then start the process of letting you out of Wachter House.
Ismark is not leaving the painting, is he?
The voice of the Morning Lord said they can't accept it, so he just left it at the table.
It's just sitting on the table?
Yeah.
someone tell Cindy to grab that.
Okay.
It's not my morning lord.
Well, yeah, just don't let the kid maybe hold on to it is the thing, because obviously they.
I'm sure there'll be a
have it.
discussion about the painting.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But as everyone trickles out, she's totally gone. She's in her room. It's shut.
Yeah, she went into the study, but you have a moment where you might be able to, if you're feeling really bold, you might be able to knock on the door before, because there's a little bit of a log jam at the front door, because it's such a production to get it open.
I would like to go in and knock on the, while everyone's trickling out, just real quick, just a real, it's just like, pardon me type of thing, and I want to go knock, knock, knock.
What?
I would like to just, could I ask you something real quick, just real quick, and maybe it would help me persuade them to be fine with this painting.
I believe you're asking me something now.
Can I show you something?
Make a persuasion check. You can either make a high DC persuasion check, or you can do it with disadvantage because she's irritated. You want to do it with disadvantage, but kind of a more normal one, or do you want a high DC?
This is the, what was
You're
Like
gonna
a
have to
20.
roll really high
Yeah.
on 1 die, or you can roll 2 die, take the lower one, and hope that it's high enough.
Which one are you feeling?
Are you a gambling?
I'm sweating. I guess I should do the two of them.
There's no right answer.
Yeah, there's no right
in this
answer.
case, so
No, you
Okay.
just
Whatever you're feeling.
Your gut says.
Roll the 2.
Okay.
roll both of them. You gotta take the crappy one.
Yep.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck! It's a 1.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
Shitty one. Wait, but I have the. Can I not redo that or no? With the inspiration, I've never used inspiration ever.
But
Normally you'd have to declare it beforehand, but I'm going to let you.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to let you
I
go.
didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
okay. How's that
Okay.
gonna work with the disadvantage though?
It cancels it out.
Okay. Okay. Well then. Okay. Okay. 12 is better than all of the numbers that were up there. So, and then
Well,
what's the
you
thing?
take the worst of the
Persuasion. You said.
No, she has with
If she's
inspiration.
reading
She has advantage with it, and it cancels out. That's how it works in this
she's
edition.
reading.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So 12.
So plus 3.
15 then total. All right, you hear this heavy, against all odds, you hear this heavy sigh on the other side of the door, and then a soft rustle of old material.
Oh wait. I put on like the most innocent looking, so sorry face all of a sudden. I'm sorry about them, and I just don't want to waste any of your time. But do you know? Would you happen to know anything about this? I don't. I was given it, and I don't know anything about it.
Make another persuasion check.
Oh fuck!
Ooh, you have to do a lot of persuading.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. Fuck it. 13 plus 3, 16.
That was an opposed roll against something else on her side.
Okay.
She looks at it for a good second. If an agent of Ezra ever comes to you and asks, your path is that of the Summer Maiden. And she shuts the door.
I thought you were gonna get
Whoa. Okay. Okay. I need to find out more about Summer Maiden. Someone write that down. Because I'm not going to remember. I only do doodles. Okay, I don't write notes.
That's not true. I've seen you write notes.
At the beginning, I gave up. All right.
It's never too late. It's never too late.
You're never gonna survive that way.
The doodles are notes too, by the way.
They are.
Because they jog your memory and they
Summer
remind
Maiden,
you.
yeah, they do. Okay.
Okay, so with Artexia being the one who's suspiciously absent, and not
I'm hanging
Faye.
back. I'm gonna be the last one out of the house.
Okay.
So I wait for her to be done.
Out of Wachter house. Yay!
So she saw me with the interaction. I go past her. I'm like,
Yeah, I stood respectfully at a distance in case the lady didn't want that. You know, I'm the bodyguard. I'm not supposed to be right there. But
Right.
yeah,
So that painting needs to stay
Why?
because it's a threat.
Everything is a threat. It's Barovia.
It's not everything is a threat.
It's Barovia.
She told us that she wanted to work with us and started off by basically giving this thing, even if through proxy, to us as some sort of a threat. And you know what? We're trying to keep this boy alive.
She didn't know what it was. I don't think it's a threat.
It was
But
just as surprising
but
as
she
that.
didn't admit the truth of that she was giving it.
Well, when
by
someone's
someone else.
demanding
And I
answers
didn't give
instead
her
of...
every truth that we have, Durgan. I don't get that kind of read off of her.
we all have things that we have to hide for our own safety, perhaps. She's not telling us all of her, showing us her cards because of that.
She doesn't know us from anyone. Like, she could be inviting Vipers into her house and still trying to find the best way through.
I asked her point blank who gave it to her, and
You
she
demanded,
refused.
point blank,
I
you
did.
demanded in her own house a gift that she was making in good faith.
She was not giving that in good faith.
By her reckoning it was, but you demanded.
I did.
Instead of asking. Like Farron was doing so well at.
Well, you know you're in a bad spot when this guy's giving me the compliments. I agree with Morgathi.
Great, you agree with McGathy, and all of you are going to tell me that this wasn't some sort of a threat from up on high of that place.
Well,
or whoever
She
else.
didn't know what
A
the
black
content
rose.
was.
This painting, the earrings, the list goes on, and you're You're
I
telling
was
me
trying
that
to
there's
find out
nothing
about
to
the
it.
boy. I was trying to get there. I
No
was
one said-
asking her. She gave me the piece about the hair, and then you guys blew it all up, getting all pissed off.
And no one
when
said there
I'm
was
the one
nothing
keeping
to
a
it.
cool head, we're in bad place, my friend.
We are in a bad place, aye. But pretending that we're somehow going to be shocking up with that folk and offering us some sort of protection when they start off with a very lie and they can't even tell us the truth about where they got it.
How about it wasn't a lie?
That's not
She
exactly
just
the
didn't
recipe
tell
for
us
success.
everything. I'm not telling her everything.
Why don't you just detect magic on it right now and
Well, that's
see
the reason
if
I
there's
wanted to bring
anything
it.
imbued in
I
it?
don't know that there's magic on it and it wouldn't matter anyway.
That is why I wanted to bring it.
Taking the painting was not meant to imply that we are saying yes. It was given freely. It wasn't a handshake. It wasn't saying we're in cahoots.
All I'm saying is I do not put my trust in people that start off the very lie. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm
How
gonna
can you
need
ever
to-
possibly trust them? How do
You
you know
think
they're
I've
not?
never lied to you? You think I've never lied to
Oh,
you?
you're gonna feel safe in that place when they're gonna. First thing they're gonna do is deceive us.
Where have I felt safe since we got here?
I'm not telling you you're gonna feel safe. What I'm saying is, if you look at that place, it was a damn fortress.
Yes, because it was the oldest structure in the city.
It
A
holds
fortress that
people
we could
in
have
too.
access
And
to.
things out. This is older than the Baron's house.
Okay, well, let me tell you. Let me ask you then, smart people, what exactly is it you think we're gonna do here?
Try to leave, and I need as much information as possible. Do you not wish to leave? Because I do.
I got a little bit more information in there than maybe.
We're in the bathroom.
Yeah,
Oh, the bathroom.
What did you
it
go
actually
off and
wasn't
do?
in the bathroom. It was down the hall of the bathroom.
You guys saying
Color
all of
was
this in
shocked.
front of our escorts?
Yeah.
No, they went out. You said to get everything ready, right?
I'm going to say at this point you're well on your way. But if I'll give you credit that if the escorts were anywhere there, you would have
Okay,
dismissed them.
I was going under them.
Yeah.
Because you had said they left to go get everything
I just wanted to
prepared.
clarify.
I did not think they were standing right here.
Yeah,
Like,
smart.
are
That's
we
awkward.
working actively?
Yeah. So they got you. They got you to the Blue Water Inn, and then they bid you adieu. And
So we did leave the painting.
Okay.
We didn't take it.
no,
we took the
No, she
painting.
took it.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Not
If she hadn't, I
the
would have.
painting.
So
whenever
Yeah,
I was in the bathroom,
I was like, there might be a different reason for this.
when I was in the bathroom, I may or may not have snuck out for a second.
That is shocking. I can't
We
believe
didn't
you would
find
do
out.
something like
where
that.
is Vinny, by the way?
And he came back.
Oh, there he is, just like sitting on Garrett's
I've been here
shoulder.
the whole time.
Everybody's looking at Finney as he's taking some of this crab apple pie and putting it in his face.
Son of a.
Share the pie, Finny. It's not just for you.
Well, you snuck away too, Finny. Did you see what I saw?
Let's not get sidetracked. What did you see?
There, a boy who reminded me of, and I look over at Sasha, but he didn't have the red hair.
So how did he remind you of Sasha? He was a boy?
No, I don't. It's just the feeling that I got. It was
Energetically?
his. I got a feeling that he was purposefully being hidden. He was just as pale, if not paler. He seemed to have an aura about him that resembled, in a way, what we've been attached to this whole time and what people keep noticing. But then whenever we were about to leave, no thanks to the fighting that almost endured, and I just remind them that I have this card. I was like, I don't know if y'all remember, but I asked her about this. Remember I was given that? It's
What you said?
well, she said, ultimately, if a man of who comes, what the fuck?
See, she doesn't know.
Say it.
She didn't take any notes.
I didn't-
She doesn't know 'cause she didn't write it down. Don't allow her your notes. Teach her a D&D lesson.
Well, the Summer of Maiden, yeah, but the agents of Ezra. If an agent of Ezra ever came up to me and asked me, told me my position is that of the maiden, Summer Maiden. That's what it was.
That your path was
Now
path
everything
was
makes
that.
sense. Thank goodness you asked her. Now we know. Now we understand everything. Okay.
But
But I'm just saying there's more there, and they're obviously protecting that boy. He was safe. He was.
but not hidden. Not if they were allowing him to plague a hop that was floating through the entire place.
I mean, a boy is still a boy. Surely they're not just forcing him to do nothing with the rest of his life. Playing a harp is the least of their worries, I'm sure. But perhaps that can alleviate a little bit of that. If they have the heart to take care of a child like that. Whether, I don't know if they're taking care of it, but he looked well enough.
Okay.
Fair enough. We'll keep that under advisement.
And for the record, I did ask who gave it to them.
Sure.
And their response was, can't we just give a gift for no reason?
Sure.
What if Sasha paints. What if the boy painted it and they didn't want us to know that boy is there? Obviously, they didn't want us to know.
The perspective was surprising to her. That was surprising.
I looked into her mind at the moment.
Oh, yes.
And
excellent. What did you find?
You did?
She seemed surprised at the contents of the painting. She did not know what was being given, and she was angry and upset, like she had been set up.
She probably was.
But we won't know now because she'll be combative with us. So, yes,
Let me tell you something. If she's
not
really
saying
that
you're wrong.
desperate, then she's going to probably be reasonable about all of this. And I can too, but I need at least some honesty if we're going to talk about allies.
All right, well...
Seriously, I don't want to be shot into that place without knowing someone's not going to be there to basically deceive us.
I'm just not going to buy that telling the truth all the time is what makes you a good person or not.
I'm not saying all the time, and besides, I'm telling you, there's a pattern. Okay, I didn't make a big deal about it when it was all the other things, but come on.
So, moving forward here, we can assume that everyone is going to attempt to bend us over the barrel and have their way with us. Everyone. We'll just move forward.
Always assuming that, Morgathy.
But is that not a safe assumption? This is, after all, with the expansive gesture around.
Insert expansive gesture.
So it's a safe assumption, but we still need information. And if we were in a good place to get it from her, let's pump it for as much as we can before we have to say no. Because we could have said no at any time. But we don't even know what she wants. Just the sheriff is no longer something that she wants.
I have a serious question, friends. Is Mark, obviously, do we think, and I'm going to say by this point, y'all are back up in your room. He says, I know we only met her the one time, but technically we only met the Baron the one time. Do you think she's better or worse than him?
Hey, she doesn't give off the same heebie-jeebies that he did.
All will be well.
I liked her a lot more than him, I'll say that.
She seemed fairly straightforward to us. She knew that we were potential.
How big was the painting?
I didn't like her.
Of course not, because she's competent.
Well,
you don't
but
survive.
did you get the same level of malevolence off of her as you did the Burgomaster?
She's like, so you've heard a tale of like the Red Death now, right? We've talked about that before. That's one of his brides.
Hey?
Well, it's more like the difference between the Red Death and the one that you meant before, Ludmilla. I don't know that one is better than the other, just different. She's like staring at a mirror, Durgan. I couldn't really feel much from her at all.
No, she was good about hiding her intent. That's true.
It's probably why she's survived as long as she has.
She is old for Barovia. Old.
There's nobody here that's good or ready to just help us. I don't trust the Father in the church any more than I trust her. Every person we've met and interacted with, we're going to have to assume they have their own best interests at top of mind. And you know what? Finally, somewhere where I can relate to people.
I can't mend the painting. It's too big.
If you did it in small sections, you could.
Amending?
Yeah.
Cool.
What are you thinking, Ismark?
When I saw the structure, you probably saw the same thing too, Gerard, that I felt a little bit of hope that maybe this was a place that Sasha would actually be safe, and he looks at his brother, or at least could be safe. But
It is fortified, yes.
if she's just going to be another person who's trying to use him for Morning Lord knows what ends, then he's no better off there than he would be with the Baron. And I had to be, it seems ridiculous now to say it out loud, but when we got to Vallaki, yes, in the back of my mind, I was hoping that you, and he looks at his brother, that you, Sasha, could stay there. that you could stay with the family and power here, I know then at least you would be safe and you would have people who would help you and protect you. But I don't trust that Baron at all. That sheriff is something right out of a horror story.
Hey.
And now this woman, she was cold, and you wouldn't be safe there either. And I think you had said, one of us has said before, I don't remember if it was you or not, Farron, but one of us has said probably the safest place for him was right in the middle of all of us, which I guess is...
I'm inclined to agree.
Me too.
That's dangerous too, you know? All kinds of things can happen on the road.
If you're dangerous, I mean, there's not really a safe option in this place.
Well, so you might want to move somewhere else if you're worried about. I mean, everywhere is dangerous.
Move where?
Working on
While
it.
they're doing this?
Working on it.
Yeah, just go ahead, walk through the mist.
Can I take the painting while they're doing this and just like?
No, because I have it and I'm not giving it to you.
That's voodoo. That is the betrayal. The betrayal on the face of
We've already agreed to keep him with us. And part of that deal was that he was basically start doing some training, eh?
That was before I laid eyes on a fortress. But
Fortress can be well defended, but the heart and meaning behind it is more important for safety for Sasha. And I agree. I don't think you have that here. I trust the inn owners here.
You read my mind, Gira. I was just about
They're
to
the
say
better
that.
people that we have met.
I actually kind of... Yeah, actually, I think...
But Sasha has already gained too much attention. Leaving him here would leave them in danger.
Oh, so maybe I should just start disguising him every day too? I mean, if the hair is the problem, I could maybe do something about that, right?
It wouldn't be a bad idea, but he seems to basically draw attention wherever we go for whatever reason.
Maybe
Obviously we're being
a scar.
observed.
Give him a scar down his eye and maybe a dark hair.
Ooh, then I could be rugged.
You could be.
I'm gonna make you a really rugged kid.
Durgan smirks at that too.
He says,
Erin literally starts pulling out her disguise kit. She's just going through, seeing what
Just seeing what the options are.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Holding up hair swatches.
yeah, I mean, maybe.
Got a nice vat of mud in here.
Sasha says,
In there.
I think her son Nikolai recognized me or something. He kept staring at me.
He did.
And I think the room was too hot for him.
Why?
Because his face was getting red sometimes.
He seemed angry. She seemed angry.
He seemed embarrassed.
But why would he be embarrassed?
Well, she seemed to feel they were set up by what appeared when we opened this painting. So maybe that was embarrassing, that they gave a painting that appeared as though it was from the perspective of Ravenloft.
Cousin Vasily.
I think there are many things we do
impeachable
not know
character.
yet.
Impeachable past.
While they're doing this, I would like to climb a tree.
Climb a tree? Well, we're in a
Try to
room
see
at the
how
moment.
far I can.
We're inside the inn.
Yeah, we're in
What
the inn.
tree are you
You want
climbing?
to turn into a cat and then go out?
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Yeah,
just outed
I've said all I need to say. They're just arguing amongst
it.
themselves. I'm over it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go and.
To get the fuck
Because
out.
I've been wanting. I need to see. I want to see more. I want to know where.
Okay. All right, I'll follow that for just a second. You see your companion turn into a cat, and
Big cat stretch.
without much comment, Finny apes the doorman from earlier. Takes the door and then bows and opens the door for you.
I like that.
And then and in fact, as he marches back into the room with kind of an exaggerated gait, trying to imitate their precise steps earlier this evening. You pad on four legs out there, no one really giving you any mind. And you do find a tree close by to the inn. You scamper up, and what are you looking for?
Well, I want to see, for one, if the same view of, like, can I see Castle Ravenclaw or whatever? for one?
Ravenloft?
Yeah, Ravenloft.
From where you're at. So it's interesting. Remember when you were up in the mountain ranges? Mm. So there is part of the mountain, and it's hard to tell because it's a TD map and I'm looking at the heights and everything. But by my interpretation of it, there is a fairly serious mountain in between you and the spires of Castle Ravenloft. But it is so tall that you can actually still see the towers. So it has Ravenloft has like 4 towers, and you can still see those towers above the mountain. So partially.
So does it look like the same view as that painting? Like, is there any different structures that are missing from the painting? Like, is there something that would stick out that's different that wasn't on that painting, basically?
Make an investigation roll as you try to move the perspectives around in your head.
7. Oh, 9.
So you're trying to, but you're losing some of the detail. But there's no, even with a 9, I'll just tell you, there's no, you think Morgathi's right, that there's really only one spot that you could have been painting that from.
Okay. All right, and if there's any, I don't know, fires or it looks like anything crazy, what about anything crazy? Before I get down and leave, is there anything crazy like wolves?
Is there a fire?
I want to see the wolves.
Yeah. Is there any danger coming towards us?
There are always mists, and they can always hide enemies. But there does not seem to be anything exactly like that. No Vistani.
Useless.
No Vistani in the inn tonight either. It's a much quieter evening. All right. So back in the room.
Well, I'm not an idiot, so let's at least see if there is anything magical about the painting.
Please allow me
I hand it to him because I feel like he's less likely.
to destroy that.
Hands it to him.
I'm gonna ritual cast. Just basically get on my knees, set it out in front of me, put all the accoutrement that I need to do the ritual.
Okay.
And first, I'm going to detect magic on it. The flows of mana.
You painstakingly gather the mana over the next 10 minutes, and then give yourself a little bit of padding. You usually tell people 11 because you don't want to rush. And then
Unimportant. They'll wait.
Slightly after 10, you feel the strands gathering in your hands. And the word up until now that I'd been using was sententia.
Sententia.
You feel that you draw them together with precision, and even though it's such a simple act, you do always feel a certain satisfaction that your craft, even in this foreign land, works. You're looking down at it, and to all appearances, Randy, it seems entirely mundane.
How?
Made only through mastery, and that's it.
I forget, I don't know, it was just something that someone inferred about it being cut out of a frame, right?
Yeah, I was going to try and mend it,
I don't
yeah.
think that was actually stated out loud.
No.
One of the investigation rolls.
Yeah, these two kind of got it. Yeah, and you can see now, depending on how your characters would interpret this, it looks like it should be,
It's frayed, kind of.
It looks like it should be in a frame, and it's maybe yay big, like that. I don't know, like a mirror-sized sort of thing.
That makes that interesting. How would they have gotten this? If it was the cousin like they said it was, if it was an unimpeachable source, how would he have gotten this from that perspective? Feels like he would have had to have gone into the castle, stolen it, and then I'm scot-free without actually anything.
People don't only hang paintings in the place where they painted them, first of all.
That's fair.
People also don't only paint from the vantage point of the painting. So it didn't need to have necessarily been painted in Ravenloft, but the artist likely stood there and had this view at some point, or they're very talented at reimagining it.
One of the brides, maybe?
Certainly possible.
And have I ever seen the moon?
The moon here?
Yeah.
You guys have been. We were figuring this out before.
About a week.
I think we peeked through it once to know that this was not the moons we were.
You did at the very beginning. So yes. So yeah.
And never this clearly in the sky?
No. This is This is an idealized version of Barovia. This doesn't actually exist.
Are there any painter's marks, like signatures at the bottom?
Good one.
Shit, right?
It says Strahd.
No, I know what's on there. Of course, it's a stylized symbol of the raven rampant of the von Zarevich crest.
Well, all right.
And then I'm going to turn it over to the back, the canvas on the back, and I want to start doing a very deep investigation on it. I'm like, you know how like some people use lemon water to make like hidden things on the back of it. I want to see if there's anything to that effect as well. Like if I can smell a chemical. If I can smell.
I'll give you that roll in a while.
Okay, cool.
In a bit. Anything else? While he's doing that, because that's going to take a minute.
And I'll give you my observations as of note now.
Would you help me downstairs really quick? I'd like to grab enough goblets to bring up for everybody to have some wine, and I need more hands.
All right.
Okay, the two of you go down, and Ismark pulls Gira aside. You know, you're still in the room, but just goes a little bit, and Finny right now is teaching him some sort of halfling.
Sasha.
Is teaching Sasha some sort of halfling little pastime.
Nice.
And no, not like that. But you just said no. The rules change on days that end in Y. And Ismark says, I don't know if we can keep him safe.
What is safe?
My brain already hurts, Gira.
Many people mean safe as free from all dangers. But living life is never like that. I come from a people who move all of the time. Our homes are tents, what you might call indigent.
Got it.
Wow.
I would never say such a thing.
I'm gonna come in and like circle around Finny and watch as a cat. I'm gonna like sit there and watch.
I've heard that word way too much.
Like we're watching it together.
Yeah, you're taunting him a bit, but yeah.
It was flirtatious.
Flirtatious time.
We move with our children. They go with us where we go.
Isn't that dangerous, though?
Always. But we teach our young ones to watch out for dangers, to tell us when they see something, to stay in the inside of the circle. When we set up camp, there is a circle. Stronger warriors take turns and watches on the outside. Busybodies in the middle with the kids. We have a way of life that helps us stay smart amongst the dangers.
So Farron is right. There's not going to be any place that we can find. Even the church?
As of this moment, I would agree. But I know not yet enough about all of these people. There is a burglar meister who seems to have a sketchy sheriff in his pocket. And this lady wants to get rid of him, but she didn't say who she's replacing him with. This seems political.
Because it is political. It's funny, in the village, survival was always such a touch-and-go thing that I never worried for my father's position because no one wanted it. No one sane would seek that sort of responsibility.
So you grew up in a certain kind of danger. You just didn't see it that way because you were used to it. People outside of my home clan, they see the way we live as dangerous.
Are they right?
I see the way that they stay in the same place, disaster after disaster. Their home burns down because the forest is too close. They just build another home in the same spot. It's very silly.
Maybe they should make a home of stone.
Maybe. Some orc clans do that.
Would you hold it against me, Gira, if I was holding out hope for Kresk, that the abbey there is a place of safety and refuge for him?
Hope is never something that is silly.
Okay. So, Wachter or Valakovich, the Baron or this lady? Or we wait?
I do not know enough about either the Baron or this lady. Knowing where they place their value and who they value and who they don't. The character. I trust you because I know your character.
I hope so.
I do not know these people. I would not leave Sasha with them.
All right.
Character of the people of this inn? I see better character. But they don't have the military strength to defend against the sheriff. Or this lady's men and her sons.
No.
It is unkind to put them in that position.
Okay. Then we're probably not staying in Vallaki, or at least I'm not.
Our group is probably the most equipped to deal with these strange gifts that Sasha keeps getting. There is something going on with him. His origins, his real origins.
Do you think the boy that Artexia was talking about, do you think he's actually something like him?
Where does Sasha actually come from?
Shh. Looks over.
He's probably not the only one from there.
Ismark doesn't have an answer for you. Okay, the two of you. Actually, let me give you a roll, because, yeah, I can... Don't have you hanging in suspense.
We got a 19 on the roll.
Wow, Randy, you were pretty hot tonight.
Hot. Another 5, so
You can
24.
stay.
Investigation.
Is there anything?
Namaste.
Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
I'm looking to see if there might be any kind of cipher on the back that's not immediately visible, non-magical, through maybe alchemic process, like alchemic processing, or
Right.
Just
Hidden
clever.
message.
And you're smelling and you're running your fingers over and all that. There doesn't seem to be anything of that sort, but you do. So this is a way callback, and this is before you were playing the character, but I'd mentioned this before, so I think it's fair game. Way back when you were in Death House and you were around, there was a statue of Strahd that you were around, and it was holding an orb. And there were a couple other things in that room, but what comes to mind. At the time, you were more focused, understandably so, on the magic of the place, because there was a lot going on.
And telling Finny not to touch it.
And trying to make sure that your halfling didn't get you into a potential TPK situation. As you cast your mind back, though, which seems like a lifetime ago, even though it was only something like 8 days ago, 7-8 days, there is, again, the whiff, just like the hint of a certain smell that you grew up with, that you grew up in and around, really, out of alchemical labs. And so, although this is not inherently magical, either the artist or the location or both, was pervaded with that scent enough that it's still clinging to it. It smells like an alchemical lab, even all this time later. Like it basically soaked into the canvas.
I'm going to sit with that for a while.
Okay.
And just start going through all the lists of the known chemicals I've actually been around. No, it's not that. No, it's not that.
And that's a detail. Yeah, that's a detail that like only a professor type really would have picked up on. All right, you guys are downstairs. It's a quiet night.
What time is it at this point?
Am I okay?
Are you okay?
Pretty late in the evening.
I mean, you sound more paranoid than I do.
Let me tell you, you guys keep throwing around this thing about not being safe. But there's a difference. There's a difference between being torn apart by wolves or some sort of thing that walks that shouldn't anymore, and what we're dealing with that's basically handing these things off. It's like a cat playing with their food.
Speaking of
That
which,
woman, whoever she really is truly in league, either knowing or unknowingly with him, or it, or whatever. I don't know what it is you gained from her mind, but I'm telling you, the most dangerous thing we could probably do for that lad is to hand him over to people that are basically working with whatever force is trying to basically manipulate him. I don't think that they want him actually killed. I think they want him corrupted. Do you see what I'm saying?
I was never in favor of us just blindly leaving the kid here. I was just in favor of us maintaining good faith so that we could get as much information as possible. But you being freaked out freaks me out way more. And at the end of the day, I'm not saying this to be an asshole, but I don't care that much about the fucking kid. I care about me and you and us getting out of here safely.
Veteran, I do care about the kid.
I'm not saying I don't care about him at all. I mean, I don't know.
I know what you're trying to say. But I have a harsh reality for you. You may never get out of this place, veteran. And that's a reality we're just gonna have to deal with. And so you can make the best of it.
Then what's the fucking point?
The point is to do better. To basically live while you can.
This doesn't feel like living. This feels like bullshit. We're just wandering around
I know.
from jerk to jerk, avoiding dying at every turn. I can see why these people who have fought Lord Strahd before are on his side now. He seems to be the only one having any fucking fun around here. He seems to be the only one doing whatever he wants around here and getting anything that's even slightly pleasurable. I don't understand what I am supposed to be doing. I don't understand what I'm supposed to be living for if you don't think we're getting out of here.
I hope, for their sake, that we do get out of here. And I get your desire. What I'm saying is that I can't look around and see all of this pain and all of this suffering and do nothing. And I'm not a fool. I'm not trying to get myself just killed. But if I can bring a little bit of joy and a little bit of life and a little bit of, I don't know how to say it, even a little bit of righteousness into this place, it feels like it would drink it up like a man in the desert would drink water. You see what I'm saying?
I do, and
And
I'm
not
happy for you that you have purpose here.
And I'm not asking you to be me. I'm not.
So who am I supposed to be then?
Who do you want to be, Farron? It does come back to that question for you every time, doesn't it?
Nobody ever cared what I wanted to be. It was whatever they wanted me to be.
Farron, I care what you want to be. I wouldn't be here if I thought you were disingenuous.
Right now I just want to be alone. She grabs one of the goblets and walks to a table in the corner and just goes to sit by herself.
I'll still be your friend, Farron. And I'll be here when you need me. I'll take goblets upstairs.
All right.
I wanted the very last thing, speaking of cats eating or whatever. I really wanted, if I could find a mouse
You
to
need
give
your
it.
prey.
I wanted to gift it. You're
really going to be a cat. Okay.
All right.
Ooh, okay.
Who was getting a mouse?
Finny. I wanted Finny to have it. I felt like he helped me out the door. I just wanted to show him appreciated for letting me get out there. That's all. End of the show. That's it. I was just going to give you it.
And curtains closed on that.
Aw. Artexi, no one's ever brought me a mouse before.
I sit down all proud.
And Sasha looks over. I didn't get a mouse? I'm just kidding. Come on.
I didn't think that he was.
He starts laughing and he pulls you over to him and snuggles you. And you just hear tee tee tee.
I was like, there's no way he was going to like a mouse. Okay.
And
weird exchange that just happened.
Finney then shows what he was so intent on when he brings out Sasha looks at him. I was wondering why you were being so generous with the pie, and Finney stole a whole other pie. That he has that was supposed to be for the household.
Oh my god.
That he stuffed into his rucksack.
Smushed pie.
Because he followed, and he tells you about following some of the servants in and out, and that nobody was really paying attention. He's just weaving
That's so crazy.
Weaving between big legs, and a lot of people just assume he's somebody else's kid. As he's going through, he's learned this about the bigs.
About the bigs is crazy.
Yeah, he just thinks of them as the bigs.
Artexia told us about the horror scene that you saw on top of the Burgermasters.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was scared.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So to set it up for next session, y'all, I'm gonna say we get through that night. So take a long rest. Woo! Where you don't get assaulted or attacked.
All right, she feels a little better.
And then, where are you going to go in the morning? What is on the agenda? Remember, this is festival.
Yeah, that's the first day, right?
I will make sure that a piece of the pie goes down to Farron.
Aww.
She brings it and sets it there, and she's like, I don't know if you still want to be alone, but you should at least have this.
Okay, all right. So you get some tart crab apple
some
pie.
sad pie.
Yeah, you do.
My sad pie time.
Oh, I'll have Sasha sprinkle something.
Oh,
A little mice hair.
okay. Yeah,
I don't know what.
nice hair.
My dandruff.
I love that.
I don't know. I feel like we might have to talk about that.
So
what we want
tomorrow's
to do in the
festival day?
morning.
Right?
Okay.
Tomorrow is festival day?
It's the first day.
We have. Okay. Let's.
I'm gonna start next session with the end of the night of what we're gonna do the next morning.
Do you guys want to have that conversation now? Do you want to start the conversation now, or do you want to wait?
The next morning conversation?
Yeah. Like, what do you want to do that day?
I can do that now.
Farron's downstairs. But
Okay.
y'all could have the conversation.
Okay. So yeah, you collect yourselves and minus Farron, with Artexia and cat form.
I'm like, I'm not gonna add anything to it, but I'll definitely be listening.
Curl up and purr through the whole.
Right. So Ismark says, "All right. So what are we doing then? We have a lot on our plate, you know? Are we helping? We are helping the father, Durgan?
The reality is, if we can't find the bones, that church is going to be nothing more than just another place. If we can, it might actually help keep the devil in its spawn out.
I agree.
And
It is the thing that will help the town the most.
it does seem important.
It does like a I with a palm, like.
Then
It might put it us at odds.
He stares at you like an extra beat and a half, just kind of.
because it's a cat,
Because it's a cat,
but
and
it's a human, but it's like very human gestures. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
That's actually
He's just kind
becoming
of
trippy.
processing it. Just
It might put us at
Sabrina the
odds
Teenage
with the lady we just had dinner with last night.
I missed what you said.
Doing the church thing. It might put us at odds with the lady.
It might. I don't know that she's necessarily
Well,
opposed to the churches.
The man with the rat face and the house with all the rats.
just as an aside, doing anything for anybody here, period, end of story, will put us at odds with somebody. Someone stole those bones to begin with, so we will be at odds with whoever stole those bones.
That's true.
We do not know who stole those bones, so we could go on that route.
But do you think it's
Yes,
I think there's
actually,
a practical reason to do so.
absolutely. If this father can do things against our hag-ridden friend here, or for our hag-ridden friend, or what have you, it's never a bad thing to have a clergy on our side. Ever.
No, it's not, is it?
It isn't.
Kind of winks at you.
Going and the other option is going to the winery and skipping the festival altogether. That might help the town in the least
I want to see the festival.
political way.
We're gonna skip the festival?
No, I'd like to see the festival and know exactly what
I would
goes
too.
on here during these times.
It's
I'm sure it's not wonderful, but I would like to see it nonetheless.
it's gonna.
Hey, where's Farron? I'm the only person who's allowed to mysteriously disappear without any prior warning.
Cut to her crying into her pie.
Your tears are like vitamins to me.
I just wanted a moment, I think.
He opens the door and pokes his little halfling head out. Oh, she's just crying in her pie. Okay. That's fine.
Unfazed.
Keep going.
Anyway.
So, the festival's tomorrow, yes? That's...
And we have to go to the festival, right? Supposedly. I mean, we don't really have to.
If everybody's at the festival, that might be the perfect time to find out where we need to go.
It could.
While everybody's there, looking this way, we're there, doing that.
Oh, Morgie, you don't have to tell me about that.
I'm just
fave.
channeling a bit of you.
Suppose we could have an entire day, an entire weekend of pretentious behavior.
I just wonder.
I don't know.
I think we'll see all this off within
Right.
1 day.
I
And then we
would
can leave.
advise nothing completely chaotic as I look over at the cat.
And I agree, yes.
Sheriff.
She probably does not have our best interests in mind, but I would still like to know what Lady Wachter has to say.
Right?
Because she might have an offer that others simply do not, because they just don't have the power she does.
And I assume I didn't get any kind of warm and fuzzy feeling coming from her house. Or...
Not at all.
Yeah, okay.
Not at all.
But I will say that...
If anything, the presence of another deity was prominent, and it was not the Morning Lord.
Cool.
and it was not the Morning Lord.
Great. It was the Night Lord.
Well, I mean, I think her offer is pretty clear, right? We off the sheriff and she takes over.
That's what it sounded like to
Not
me.
a big mystery.
That's what it sounded like to me. I'd be more interested in what she is willing to pay, what she's interested in, and our approach to it. Information we're not
That
actually
would
agreeing
mean
to.
there's a lot of fighting.
What does that have? Why are you pointing at me? Of course,
Yeah,
there's-
that's a
of course
good
there's a
question.
lot of fighting.
Because you're the one who promised me that there was going to be no shortage of things to fight, Durgan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And I follow, and in my little clan, I follow the food and the fights. And he gives you this huge, proud grin. Yeah.
for the rest of us. Which doesn't really actually have to go that high.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Well, yeah. We don't.
It also means we protect our own.
I'll protect him. By killing everybody who wants to hurt him.
Sometimes protection is not fighting.
Yeah, I'll leave that to you.
He says, like twirling the mouse in his hand.
so you said the winery. You said the bones. I mentioned Lady Wachter. 3 distinct paths ahead of us.
They may be more intertwined, but
It may be, but for now we don't know yet. So let's pick one and follow that with gusto.
the one that seems immediately something that we know is limited in time is that we know that the bones aura that protected that place, the church has been fading, and it's going to be all but gone soon, real soon.
Okay.
And do you think that's the only reason it hasn't already been further molested or violated?
I think it's more likely that whatever it is that took them either has some grander plan in the near future or is interested in the bones themselves as a kind of reagent.
Did we not hear a rumor that one of the brides was nearby town and gathering spawn?
We've certainly heard that they've been here before.
It sounds to me that is how you invade the town. Remove the fence before moving in.
Exactly. And maybe you get a 2-footer, as they say.
I think the bones is the most important, politics aside.
I go and twirl through her legs because I agree.
I will take that as another vote.
I think she's just hungry.
And then I like
Look at her eyes.
Then you start playing.
She's almost
I
emaciated.
scratch the head.
Just wasting away.
Now, if I was going to be arguing your position, perhaps I might be saying, well, Lady Wachter might actually know who took the bones, or at least could find out.
Assuming she didn't herself, correct.
That's true.
If we find another connection in her direction, we can ask.
But he kind of looks over at Ismark. Yeah, but I don't think she had them on her place. In fact, it felt quite the opposite
So if you felt something opposite at her place?
When I first walked into that church, I felt like a kind of warm breeze that sort of I get when I sense the Morning Lord's presence.
You're on church, that makes sense.
And it's not there anymore, and I was trying to feel for such a thing at her abode, and quite the opposite. It was more like a chill.
Then it might stand to reason that having such holy things at such an unholy place would not be in the cards.
Probably not, but I figured if I was standing there anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. You have these senses, use them. Good job. So if we're going after the bones, what's our next best action?
Where was it hinted at that it could have been again?
We know where it started at.
That was the whole somewhat convoluted story about that the father told you.
The boys at the church.
How he let slip to Yeska, to the young boy where the bones were at. And Milovaj.
It sounds like
let's consider some unlikely suspects first.
How about we rule out the likely suspects first, while we think about the unlikely ones? Because, I mean, there's a whole city full of unlikely suspects here.
Let me ask it this way. One quick question. Do we think it's likely that somehow either the father is involved?
Is he still within the grace of the Morning Lord?
Or what about Rictavio? I mean, the man did up and leave all of a sudden.
Sure. Okay.
Have you... I'm not a cat. I'm a fucking cat.
You know you can change it.
I don't want to.
That is your own doing.
All right, well.
Stop catting if you
If Rictavio is not here.
In your tail, and then you start.
Where do we
I'm
look?
gonna pick up my leg and start just like cleaning myself and like ignore. I'm not part of
We
this.
do know the boys knew the information. At least one of them knew the information. We do know that from the father's own lips.
Hey, I suppose we should talk first to the one that he suspects might be involved.
Agreed.
If it is one of the boys that was involved, whether they had ill intent or no, that would verify the father's story. I mean, he's probably not behind it.
And if the boys were involved, it would also be a good indication of his nature, depending on how he punishes them.
Taxi is shedding.
I think if she's willing, I think we question him, and maybe the veteran can do what it is that she does, where she's able to listen to their thoughts.
You can listen to people. Well, of course you can.
You want to open the door and call downstairs?
Yeah, she's downstairs crying to pie. Okay, then that is where we will open it next session. Faraway friends, thank you so much for joining us. It was a bit of a different look tonight, but hopefully it was entertaining nonetheless. And as you go on about your journey out there, stay safe, stay curious, and do not be kidnapped by odd moisture events.
Yeah.
See you later.
We don't recommend.
Bye.
Strahd.